Boom, boom, boom. This one. Oh, shit. I gotta edit that. Hold up. Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. New Paragon Wall. What's up? Eklak King. What's good? Why does this not update my fucking Twitch channel? Stream title. Fuck. One moment. Gotta update all this shit. What is that shit called? Oh, I didn't delete it. I had copyright music on it, I guess. I was going through a playlist. I was just auto-playing music, and I didn't notice that the playlist that I was listening to had ended, and it moved on to another one. And it ended up with like 4 hours, I think, out of the 10 was on like copyright music or whatever it was. And so it had an issue with it on Twitch, which then I had to delete the VOD. And then on YouTube, it ended up with like a saving issue with it on YouTube basically. It just said that it had an error processing it. So, what up, Yasin? How's it going? So that was my own fault for just getting too deep in the game during the wars and not paying attention to the fact that my playlist ended. Oops. But anyways. Yeah, no worries at all. Just kidding. Now we watch others. Oh, we got another message. Thank you very much. Any action today or just chilling? Watching other ones. No, I mean, and ours is cooked. Like I said, our ally legion or our faction ally or whatever the hell you want to call it, they're behind their checkpoint already. They're not going to be making it out. They're locked in, and we're not going to win the 1v1 versus Jade. So 2-1 at the moment. That sucks. Sorry to hear. Fuck, I gotta mix up my coffee. Sorry, hold on, guys. I made another protein coffee this morning, but I made it more like a frap. I actually just like blended the ice with it. It's a bit thick on top, though. Hope you guys don't hear me crushing ice. X Nike High. What's up? How's it going? What's up, Daniel? What's up, Keel? We reached City 7. Our allies are locked in as well. They don't have a chance in hell. Yeah, we're pretty much in the same AR then. You guys did your best. Yeah, we did the best of what we could. We're just fighting players that are way out of our league. So we for tower fights so far. It's been a ton of field fights with elite zombies. That's cool. Hey, I don't mind either one. Like some ARs, I like the early tower fights, like especially if we had like a boring island raid or Genesis or whatever. I like the tower fights, but some of the other ones I also don't really mind. You know, if it's like a really even matchup, I don't mind just waiting till middle opens. There's definitely a different level of excitement where if you know that it's going to be like a really, really good middle fight, like all teams are fairly even, then the anticipation of actually all 4 legions fighting in middle is actually a lot of fun. So there's definitely something to be said for both. But at the same time too, we've definitely had our fair share of the ones where our legion can kind of 1v2, so we just take the early fights and try to take the 1v2, that kind of a thing. So yeah, I like both. Both pretty cool. Can you show your survivor setup, Z? You know what? I actually probably need to fix that because I'll guarantee you it's sitting on old heroes. It's a good reminder. I'll have to do that. I'm just kind of looking at other G brackets. This is G9. You guys got any others that are doing tower fights? I'll note them down. I have a G9. I think I had G11 noted down from when we were playing as well the other day. You give me some advice to improve anything, anytime. I would like to see that as well. Yeah, I could show you guys. Like I said, I gotta get it fixed. We can do it today. I'll show it in the stream as well. But I'm just giving you a forewarning. Like I already know in my head that my survivors are sitting with survivor heroes that I'm probably not even using at the moment. Like Boyd is probably still active, but I don't have it set up for Sakura. I would be pressed to say I even have it set up for Miyamoto. I certainly don't have it set up for Isabella. So, yeah, I got to do some shifting around, so you guys are going to have to bear with me on that. Take some time to do that today. Which, again, thank you for reminding me. I would have never thought to do that. It's one of those things I don't really pay much attention to. Fuck me, man. All the ice is just sitting at the top of my protein coffee drip. What the hell? I'm just gonna take my plate here. Scoop all this extra ice off the top. It's not even that it's like ice, it's like foamy ice. Because I put protein in it. Get off. Because I'm using 2 infantry, 2 rider, and 1 leader, so quite confused which slot for leader. Just whichever one's your strongest armament set. You don't need to have it for all of them. So I typically had it for like my range set because I would use range for counter rallies. I'd have it on my main infantry set for Garrison, and then I would focus the other one on like just one other one, whether it be like my other strongest field set or. At the time, I was using riders as well, so I had one for riders too, but that slot I probably don't really give a shit about now. I don't use riders. There's too much ice in this. Need to reblend this with more almond milk. Too much ice. Still rallying this. Take a look at some of the other ones while they're doing that. Hold on, just make sure they're not fighting the other end of the map. Nope, not really. Keep looking. Hi Z, hope you have a great day. We're off to a good start. Hope you're having a good one too. Hope. Potential? Potential. I'm gonna write this down. G10 with a question mark. We haven't seen a rally yet. The towers are touching. We're watching G14. Which G are you? I'm in G6, but there's nothing to watch. So G11, I'm just going to go ahead and remove that. I had that noted from the first day, but Jade got pushed all the way back. G12. they're positioned like there's potential tower fights. I don't see any bases just out in the open. So we'll need another one, G12 with a question mark. Same thing up here. Yeah, G12 could pop off any minute. They haven't already. 13. Looks like this one's kind of decided already. 14. Oh, that's right, you guys. This is the one I was looking at earlier for you guys. 15. Oh, here we go. Okay. Nope. Towers are burning. That means they're pretty much already given up. They're mine. 16. Are y'all actually gonna fight here? Or wait, can't tell who's allies. Oh, wait, whoa. Okay, hold on. Wait, you got a tower fight? This is pop, though. This is pop, and there are nothing but shielded bases around this thing. Oh, yep. Pop goes the tower. Yep, never mind. We're not going to need to write this one down. That one's pretty much done, so. Wait. Jade got locked in by Crimson, and now they're trying to build to this thing. Does that mean that Azure's going to go for the... I don't know. That's interesting. I'll have to look at that later. Let's see. 17. Nope. 18. G33 waiting for our demise. Oh. G18. Possibility. We at least got a tower war here, maybe. We have a rally on a tower. G18 has like nobody up here though. Where the hell is all of gold? Everyone sleeping? You have a tower being rallied, and you are way back. Well, actually, yeah, it's because these guys already had tower breaks. Okay, so these guys are fighting earlier. Tower broke. That's one to potentially watch, but they're already losing momentum. I don't imagine they put much of a fight up. So we'll keep it moving. 19. Whoa. Okay, now this is something else here. So this is Azure 1v2ing potentially. But gold is just letting them fight, I guess. Gold has decided to build the other direction. G48. Let me write it down real quick. Come take a gander in just a second. Yeah, turn up my game volume a little bit. Turn this down a little bit as well. You know what, actually, I'm kind of curious. How many people we got in here? A little over 20 at the moment. I'm curious. I'm going to run a poll for you guys. Question. Start a poll. Question. What is your current favorite war event? AR? IR? New Genesis War? What the fuck is the name of that board game that they brought out? Is it Jungle Crisis? Jungle Crisis? Actually, I'm not even going to list that as an option because I only have 4 options I can put on YouTube. So AR, IR, New Genesis War. What's the other one? Is it Off Limits? What's the other one that you can do besides Pompeii? Happens like every other week. Is that Off Limits? Or what is that? Can't remember what the name of that thing is. You know what? I'll just do AR, IR, New Genesis War. And we'll remove the new option. Go on ahead. Start the poll. Cast your vote. You tell me. I mean, I'm curious to know what other people. AR 67, IR 29, New Genesis. Someone voted for the New Genesis for that part is surprising to me. Depending on the matchmaking, Yelson, yeah, I get that. Well, take matchmaking and set matchmaking aside, right? Because that's always going to be a coin flip. 57% say AR, huh? Interesting. Did you try soccer and Garrison? I tried soccer and Garrison, not only this AR, but the last AR before it as well. AR and soccer and Garrison is fun. It's just kind of inconsistent on towers and multi-rally, because it's like, depending on where the rally launches from and where it ends up in conjunction to the tower, it either works really well or it doesn't. If you triple rally a tower, sometimes all three of the rallies will end up like on one side of the tower. Sometimes you get it to where like they're in like 3 different sections of the tower, like, you know, back, left, back, right, and then front. And if that's the case, you're only hitting one of them with the AoE. So it really just depends on the event. Like, I like soccer on single rally garrisons. I also like soccer on checkpoints, because I mean it's very consistent in both of those cases. But in like multi-rally garrisons, it's just like the semicircle or the half circle, whatever the hell it is. I think it's a semicircle. Just doesn't really, it's not as consistent for consistent damage. 13 votes, 62% saying AR, 31% saying IR, and 1 person with a mouse button slip pressing New Genesis War. So far, interesting. Off limits, yeah, I should have added that, but I guess I just went with the main 3. Keel. Well, out of all you guys that have said AR so far, or even IR, or even if your mouse slipped and you click New Genesis War, why is it? Why do you like the particular event that you do? Just out of curiosity. Jungle Crisis. I hope you're doing well. Nice to see you live again. Hey, Fred, how's it going? I'm doing all right, man. Doing all right. Keeping myself busy. Hope you're doing well. Hope you are doing well also, Fred. Appreciate you being here, my man. Jungle Crisis was probably best for rewards for such small efforts. Yeah, that's valid. I'll give you that 100%. I agree with that. I agree. I cannot deny that. It was really good rewards for minimal efforts, and it allowed for you to exchange even some of those unused, I guess, what would you call it, like consumables or unused items in your bag and trade them in for other things. Votes are still coming in, still 60% AR, but another vote for IR, another vote or 2 for IR. So yeah, if you are somebody that likes AR over IR or IR over AR in particular, why do you like that? Like, why do you like IR, not AR, or vice versa? We'll miss the Jungle Crisis rewards, unfortunately. Yeah, me too. As much as I do like having fighting events and stuff like that, I'm never opposed to not having to spend a bunch of speed ups and resources for like minimal rewards, and so be able to do that and get decent rewards for like no spend at all was pretty nice. I don't like much IR because sometimes Legion can be stupid or toxic, but IR, it's all us. Oh, okay, so in AR your Legion can suck or they're toxic, and IR it's just up to you. I get that. Yep. Nope. I'm starting to agree a lot more. Prior to this, me and Panda have had a lot of conversations. He hates AR with a burning passion for that reason. I used to love AR because I guess I felt like I was lucking out on it, but after this current AR, I don't know, one alliance has absolutely ruined that experience for me. So yeah, I am an IR fan now. It's fun battling and fighting against alliances. Win or lose, it's fun. True. I mean, we're all here, I feel like, for the war game, right? At least for the most part. I have run into a few alliances now. One in my Legion that enjoys the farming aspect of the game. PHNX. Is this the alliance that one guy makes videos or whatever is in? What's his name? God or something like that? Isn't this his alliance, or the alliance he's in? Or is it a different alliance? Maybe it's a different alliance. I could just be wrong. 279. Yeah, I think his alliance is over though. Or newer. We don't care about the matching. We don't care about the speed of your RSS. Fighting and having fun, better rewards than all the rest as well. Yeah, the winning and losing part doesn't really matter. There's like, it's honestly a very small difference in rewards between the two. You could take 8th place, and your rewards are not substantially different than taking 1st. He plays at the bottom of Fearless. I think he's in PHPX. Oh, this is PHNX. You're right. You're right. You right. PHPX. They have Filipino alliance. Oh, now they canceled on this one. What is this, G19? Let me just write this down real quick. We'll come back to this. Someone had mentioned G48 in chat earlier. Where art thou? Well, that tower's burning. I absolutely despise people that do this shit. Absolutely despise it. W904, they did this. I lose all form of respect for anybody that does some shit like this. If you do this, no. I lose all form of respect for people that do that. Well, G48's Tower War seems to be done. So we'll move on to G20. Hey, there's no great answers to your poll. I never said it was a great poll, Rocks. I just said it was a poll. Holy shit. Okay, wait. G20 is actually kind of cooking right now. Wait. G20 might be the best one we've seen so far. Let me write this down. Their tower is on fire, yes, but they built all the way to gold over here. And gold is, yeah. Okay, so G20 could actually be a pop-off here. This could be the start of something good. This is gold coming out of their helipad, so we're probably going to be catching it at a good time. Jelly Baby 187. Alex Cricket has left the channel. Good. I don't even know who that is. Yeah, report that poll. Best event is Dark Seal. That would be my vote. Alex Cricket, yeah, no, it's totally fine that Alex Cricket left the leadership chat. No one gives a shit. IGG is aware, and they don't change anything. Sorry, what were we talking about when we mentioned that? The matchmaking or something? Off limit is the best answer, but not in the poll. Yeah, so, sorry, when I was creating that poll itself, I literally asked, I was like, hey, what is that event that's like Pompeii in terms of the scheduling? And then I said, never mind, I'll just run it. And then that's when someone said off limits in the Twitch chat. Or maybe it was the YouTube chat. But yeah, they told me after it was sent. But yeah, I was supposed to put that in as a 4th option. But then I realized I couldn't have a 5th option, which I was going to put Pompeii if I put off limit in there. So I just ran it with the main 3. I agree. I like off limit a lot. Cheers from TT. It was good to see you back and streaming. Oh, thank you. What's up, TT? TT, isn't that, aren't you one of the alliances in our legion? You are. You're one of the actual good alliances, too, in our legion. Hell yeah. Much respect for you guys, brother. Appreciate you being here. Holy Miyamoto Garrison. Is that what they have going on? They have Rigora on there now. Is that Rigora and Miyamoto? That's... What the hell is going on in G20? Somebody get a health check on G20 stat. Who is this? Stewart 42? Someone put 2 fingers to that guy's deck and make sure there's a pulse. Make sure there is a pulse. Pompeii sucks by matchmaking. Off limit is only good because I have great teammates, and IGG is kind of matchmaking. I have noticed that. It feels like off limits actually has a fairly decent matchmaking system. I have noticed that. I like it because of the gameplay itself. It's fast-paced. You know, it's not like you're sitting around waiting for a bunch of things. It feels like it's a lot faster paced than Pompeii because the buildings open up fairly quickly. And just reading like the map structure and stuff, it's pretty decent. It's not overly complex or overly complicated. Like there's not too many elements on the map. There's just like the robots that spawn. There's the buildings, and that's it. So it's almost like the simplicity of the game mode plus the fast pace plus the map itself make it pretty fun. Off limits has been bad for me because I've never had more than 2 to 3 people active on my team. What time do you play, Elixir? Those hour-long events does make the game boring because there's nothing else to do. Well, I wouldn't say that those hour-long events make the game boring. I would say that the game is boring and those hour-long events are like something that actually helps. I don't know. Holy shit, we're up to 27 votes on this now. 67% of you still saying AR. 26% of you saying IR, and there's still that one, maybe 2 individuals now who's, you know, their mouse slipped, you fat fingered or something, and you clicked New Genesis War. We do forgive you, but we are concerned about your health if you click New Genesis War. I can't believe the matching in G91 of 17 bill alliance in gold, and the next highest is 11 bill. Is that battle rating or is that alliance might? If I go there and that's alliance might and not battle rating, I'm timing you out. It's actually the combat rating. You're safe. You're safe. Oh, it's because there's a 900 mil player there. Yeah, dude, that guy's like 17 bill himself. This is where that guy's at. Okay, yeah, what the fuck? That's right. That's where he's at. Nope. That one's understandable. That's not as far-fetched as it is. If that was actually just like a legit 17 bill combat rating alliance, that'd be one thing. But no, they have like literally one of the strongest players there, and that guy's probably 12 bill of combat rating himself. So yeah, and it's still bullshit that he's there. I'm not justifying it. It's just that it's not as far-fetched because they do have that like 800 mil player. I like playing off limits, but the first time through UTC is entirely set by attendance. I like playing off limits, but the first time through UTC is entirely set by attendance. Am I like having a stroke? I like playing off limits, but the first time through UTC is entirely set by attendance. Aren't all of them set by attendance? Like, you either have attendance or you don't. We are 6 to 7 in vocal Discord and all know what they need to do. No timing. I quote, had to lose, not top one match out of the last 15. I can't complain. I mean, shit, like, if there's a way to enjoy the game, I'd probably be enjoying it like that as well. There's, like I was saying on my stream yesterday, or whatever, for AR, there's one alliance that I watched that plays that Vikings Rise game, or whatever it is. Holy shit, they clapped back and took their tower. They hit their tower too. This is intense. Yeah, where like their whole alliance sits in a call or a chat or whatever it is, a call. And their coordination is just absolutely phenomenal. It is so cool to watch. So, no, it's definitely the fun way to play it. 15 or 19 UTC, but I can't play in Apex. Oh shit, thank you. Love you. I can't play in Apex, and almost everyone in the Alliance plays in Apex. Why can't you play in Apex? You play with us? Dude, you've been playing with us in our Alliance. Like, how long have you been in our Alliance now? 6 months? 9 months? A year? I'm exaggerating. It's probably a lot closer to a year. I just read the 6 that Rox had. I just said 6 months. You've been here for a long time, though. You should be fine. That's awesome. I want to have that type of teammates. Feel that IR is better than AR. What's up, Baguette? How's it going, brother? 32 votes now. Still 66% say AR, 28% IR. So AR still seems to be the favorited event. I feel that IR is better than AR. If you got alliances that didn't put in effort, you are fucked. Yeah, nope. I agree. I liked AR for that, like, just I think I leaned AR for the longest time because our alliance, you know, is good about bringing, you know, rallying garrison leaders to the Legion itself. But yeah, I'm getting to the point now where I'm getting absolutely fed up with, you know, you get 6 alliances in your Legion, and, you know, 40% of those alliances, or 2.5 or 3 of those alliances out of the 6, are just non-participants, non-existents, flooding the rally screen with hive mind rallies during wars. Like, it's ruined that experience for me. What's up, Cloud9? How's it going? A year, but I don't have enough might to play Apex. I mean, yeah, but Apex off limits isn't really Apex off limits. I think depending on your actual matchup, there are definitely some of the matchups where you will land against, like, you know, some Boon players or whatever have you, 59E players. But I've only played Apex. I think at least the last 4 or 5 events that we played, there's maybe been 1 or 2 people over 300 mil. But yeah, for the most part, we've actually been usually the strongest team. Off limits is fun, but I play E3 UTC, and the winner is whichever team has 3+ people that show up. Other times, mostly the teams don't show up, but I usually can't play them. Oh, okay, I see what you mean. I didn't realize that activity was like that for 3 UTC. Wait, what the fuck? I play in 3 UTC. Our whole team shows up. In 3 UTC, I feel like most teams that we play against, everybody shows up. I can definitely think of a few legions or a few teams that nobody showed up, or there's only a few, but we've had some pretty consistent good fights at 3 UTC. There was a player in our Legion from RMK. After we beat him last night, he changed his name to For Sale. Or in G31. Good. The people that leave Apex and go drop down to, like, mid fearless or top fearless, whatever it is, bury them. Yeah, but I don't even get an option to register Apex. Oh, I didn't know that. That's right. I forgot that that's a thing. I'm sorry, I forgot. This is how much I pay attention to this game now. If you have a question about, like, battle mechanics and stuff like that, I'm all for it. But in terms of, like, current events, updated news, game events, nah, I'm not the one to ask. Need to build my troops. My total troops count is less than 2 million. I put 2.5 million into aid station in that day 1 tower war that we had yesterday. 400 mil whale, and he messes around to kill farmers. Yeah, people like that need to be shamed. Absolutely. Okay, Azure's repaired their tower. Jade has not. This is interesting. So in case you're just tuning in, Azure and G20, we were bouncing around. Looks like they're allied with Jade here. Jade's got Crimson into their gate. Azure had gold at their gate, and gold is making a push to come out. They broke this tower. They came back, got their tower clapped while they were trying to build this, and I think they just left this exposed. Maybe they moved their garrison leader from here to here and forgot to move back. They're garrisoning with Bodala and who? Bodala Miyamoto. Oh, my sweet baby Jesus. No wonder they're at their checkpoint. I'm in Apex. Oh, I'm in G6. I'm in Elite, buddy. I don't play in Apex anything. The only Apex I play in is off limits. I am not. My account is not made to sustain in, like, G1 or something like that. No. I know my limitations. I know where my account is good and where it is not as good. My account can't sustain an Apex Fortunato. Probably like field fight in Apex for a little bit, but it also gets sent home and my tail tucked between my legs. Nope, I know my limitations. I scolded someone before using Void Bodala on the tower. Void Bodala? That's an interesting one. My ice is melting. That I put on this plate. Now I need to move it so it doesn't spill on my desk. I mean, I get where they're coming from. The big shields and all that kind of shit, but wow. Bodala Miyamoto, guys. That is a new one. Garrisoning with hopes and dreams, says Jelly. That is true. You know, like when someone makes a post that like a loved one or something like that passed away, and everyone comments, "Oh, thoughts and prayers." That's exactly what that tower was running on right there for that good while. Thoughts and prayers. We're holding the Garrison on that together. Now we've got an Ethan Julia, I think I just saw. I'm pretty sure that was Ethan Julia. What is going on with Gold and G20? If you have any loved ones or friends in Gold and G20, I'd reach out to them to make sure they're doing okay. Elite has a lot of 300 to 400 mil players just coming to get that godlike feeling, but get clapped by less than 200 mil players. Yeah, but unfortunately now there are 500 to 700 mil players that are coming, and they're clapping those 200 mil players, aka me. Fuck them. Shame. It's happening in G20. New players know how. Yeah, they know some tech that we don't, guys. That is for sure. This route. Oh, that's not a rally. That's actual march. But why is this march on the tower? Why is this march on the tower? Tortuga. Oh no. It makes so much sense. It makes a lot more sense. It makes a lot more sense to see that march. I want to try to get swarmed again. My hospital is empty. I'm sure we're going to have plenty of time. We're eventually going to reach Azure and then 2v1 them, so sure you still got plenty of time, my guy. I don't have any space. My hospital is full, and I had 2.5 million in aid station that I'm waiting to come back, and then I'll be able to fight again. I was right. That is an Ethan and Julia in Garrison. And who put this in here? Who put this in here? Is it this Anka player? Dear God. The scary part is this is not G100. This is not G200. This isn't even G50. This is G20. Audit Miyamoto. This might be the most normal person I've seen so far. Stella Thunder. Oh my God. Like, I could sit here and make memes all day long just by looking at hero pairings. Yeah, it will be chill weekend. It's nice. Can farm more for IR. Did we redone merge? Do you mean like are we re-merging with PHX and VIP again for IR? Like Lethal Viking and Blazing them again? So, sorry, is that what that message is? I wish I could be in G20. I was thinking that, but I feel like I would just feel bad. I'd feel bad. Like, holy shit. I don't even remember the name of that character. We're rallying with a Stella Riven, and it's not even tanking. The Sophie Ethan is. Had to convince yes, PHX and VIP. Yes. Blaze at least. Well, Lethal Viking has wanted to merge for many events for like a year, man, and I've just been pushing it off. And Blaze as well. Ever since I had drinks with him, he's just been like, "Yo, we really need to do events again together. It was a lot of fun the last time we were there. We should do it again." And so we did it this last round, right? And then in our little group chat that we also have a Discord, but just like the four of us, they're like, "Yeah, I'd like to play with you guys every event in for every IR or whatever have you in the league." So, it seems like the sentiment is there for sure. I haven't really asked, we haven't really talked about it, but I have a feeling we haven't talked about it because they've already said that. So, but I'll double check. But I would assume yes. So we have Stella Riven, Bodala Miyamoto. Hey, your guys' tower is still burning, by the way. That's Russell, that's right. Sorry, I had to convince yesterday 80 mil player to cancel his rally on a 7 mil Garrison. Took me a few minutes. Worst part, rally was full. Yeah, so that's kind of the unfortunate part, is that especially during the heat of war, it's very easy to just join a rally, especially if someone has like a colorful border on their picture. Makes it seem like they're a little bit of a spender, and that is not always the case. The low might players have the hopes and dreams, buff carrying them to victory. Riven on rally, what am I watching? Yeah. I don't even think the AI assistant makes these recommendations. Stella Eileen, that's okay, I guess. Could be fun. First time I played with them, I liked. Yeah, no, they're really solid. I think Blaze is kind of getting burnt out on Apex, and he likes the way that our team plays and what we have going on there. It allows for him to play a lot more field, which he took a few months of a break because he was busy with work and stuff just a little bit ago. He's actually just getting back from taking that break. And so because he took a break, it's hard for him to play in Rally or Garrison because his beast fell a bit behind and that kind of stuff, and he's trying to like just get it caught up. But by playing with us in Elite, it makes it to where he can focus on the field stuff, so he really liked that a lot. So, is that Sophie Bard? Sophie Bard. Okay, that's this is probably the most normal person we've seen here. This guy's had his carbohydrates and his electrolytes. He's thinking. He's got some clear thinking, but some of these other people, I'm a bit concerned that maybe they're dehydrated. They're making some questionable decisions at the moment. $45 votes, 67% still saying AR, 29% IR. Okay, so it seems like AR is the favorite event. And again, if you're just tuning in, when we brought up this poll, I asked, why would you pick AR over IR, or why would you pick IR over AR, vice versa, that kind of a thing. So if you have any input on that, please feel free to drop it. I'm all ears. That is the question of the day. Sakura and Stella. So it seems like blue has had their Wheaties, and gold is maybe running on a caffeine deficiency or something. Or Azure. Azure seems to have eaten their Wheaties, but gold seems to be running on a caffeine deficiency. AR is good for rewards. IR is good for self-fights. You know what? That might be the most straightforward and I don't even know what the word is I'm trying to think of here, but just the most straightforward and best way to really put it. I completely agree. AR has good rewards with like the IE augmenter, whatever frags and stuff you can get, but IR definitely has I do like the self-dependence fights that you have. Self-reliance. Hi Z, nice live stream. Thank you, Jenny baby. Appreciate you. That bad guy, Stella is solid. That bad guy. I am a bad guy, but I am not a bad guy. What is that from? What's the movie that has Wreck-It Ralph? I remember watching that with Ambry quite a few times. She used to love that movie. I'm a bad guy, but I'm not a bad guy. Rick Light and Chasey, are they good? I know Field. Did you mean like infield? Rick Light and Chasey are super solid in field. Rick and Janet are really good. Rick and Aaron are really good. Rick and Chasey are good, yes. Well, well, well. Ladies and gentlemen, Ethan and Julia standing up for the Tales of Time in Garrison. Managed to survive on that one. Okay, now we have an Eileen Bodala. Who is this? I need to help him. I cannot just watch that happen. Who is this? Legend something. Who was that? Raz Legendo. Does anybody see Raz Legendo? Does Raz have a tower? We'll just go up here. Raz Legendo. Let's help him out a little bit, shall we? Yo, on your Eileen / Bodala rally, lead with Bodala. The skills tree has a talent where you increase skill damage after using a skill, but since Bodala shield doesn't scale with skill damage, there is no benefit there. Lead with Bodala, trigger the bonus skill damage, and let Eileen reap benefit for her rage skill use. Field fighting is always best in AR. IR is kind of hit or miss. Even if AR is a miss, there'll be lots of field fighting. That I can also agree with Zola. That I can appreciate. Absolutely. You're absolutely correct on that. I do agree. You could have amazing field fights all AR, like even if you know that your team is going to lose, you can still be very competitive, have good field presence and stuff for chainsaw zombies, gold scabs, that kind of a thing, and still have fun that way for sure. Also, IR needs you to pass to the pass. Wait, IR needs you to the pass to get access to the other rewards, which makes no sense. Oh, yeah, actually, no, you're valid in that. That is true. Over 500 mil points can buy the rewards. That's what we want. No worries. What do we got going on here? Sophie, Ethan. Okay, so we're going back and forth on this one here. Sophie, Bard is solid if you have the Bard weapon completed. That defense cut is no joke. If you have a Bard that is fully transcended and you have the War Drone and you get both of those defense cuts, I think it's like a total of like 60 or 65% total defense cut you can apply to the Garrison and stuff. So yeah, the pair is fine. Let's just keep taking a quick glance real quick. I already wrote down G20 in our list, so we're good there. G21 fighting in the exact same spot. That's kind of funny, actually. Okay, I mean, nothing unordinary about those pairs. Honestly, guys, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it'd be really funny to just go around and look at some of these like high-end brackets up here, like G90 plus and stuff, and just see what kind of pairs people are running. Like, please, for the love of God, just somebody show me like a Thunderbolt Dollar Rally. I would pay gold to watch like a Thunderbolt Dollar Rally right now. Ooh, someone got cut. Well, that doesn't matter anymore. Oh, here we go. Something? Nothing. Haven't looked at 91 with the gold Krakens. Oh, that's right, 91. Oh, 93. What do we got here? Poised for something, maybe. I'm going to put 93 with a question mark. Not seeing any tower rallies yet, but they are in a position to. 94. Oh, 95. Oh, hold on a minute. Nope, it's over. Fuck. 96. Nope. It's one of the funniest things or most memorable things you've seen when looking at Tower Wars and stuff. Anyone seen some bewildering combinations or pairs or anything like that? What is going on here? Gold, you already have this. Why did you build to here? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What is happening? There's so much building going. I can't tell. Is it Crimson and Azure allied? Is it Golden Azure? Has to be Golden Azure, right? But then why would did everyone just get confused of which way they're building here? I don't know, man. Is it worth to buy the hero cores? For who? Like the hero core pack or whatever they have? Like to get the 50 or whatever it is? Yes, I would say so. If it's a hero that you need. Because it's a gamble in terms, like you could save money by doing Splendid Steel to get hero cores, or you could end up not saving money and spending more money, or you just get unlucky for a long time. Yes, in Splendid Steel you could probably get the same amount of cores for cheaper if you get a good matchmaking, but that is completely dependent on matchmaking, and so it may take you far longer to get them, or you just may never get them at that point. You could just continue to get unlucky. Oh, hold on. Here we go. Here we go. G102. But at least with the hero cores in the pack, it's you get a guaranteed fixed amount for a guaranteed fixed amount of money. And it's actually not a crazy difference. I know that like when you look at it, like what is it, like $200 or something like that, $250 or some shit, to get the same amount of hero cores, in terms of Splendid Steel, because you get 600 of them per $100. You end up having to spend pretty much around the same amount anyways. And I think in most cases, when we're looking at, you end up saving. Try G102. Yeah, that's actually where we landed here. Who's on the field here? TMTX. Wait, is this? Oh, that's a different VIP. Never mind. This is VIP Sky. Who is this? And this base is loaded out. Like, they got the skill damage shelter skin and stuff with only 28 mil. Wait, this is G102. And these guys are like 30 mil, 20 mil, 60 mil. Oh, this is going to be one of the good ones, huh? They got a bunch of TMTXs and stuff on the field. Who is TMTX? Is that Azure? It is. Why do they have so much field presence up here with no bases? Are these guys just blocking them? Or are they blocking themselves? Or did they just run out of teleports? Why is everyone so far back? They're all back here, but then they got so much field presence up here. These are your new and upcoming whales. Phenomenal. hold on. Oh, never mind. I thought that was a rally. You were very strong. Congratulations. Not really. $250 in the core pack is value. At least you're straight up buying it instead of Gambit matchmaking. That's exactly what I mean. And it's actually a pretty decent amount for that price as well. Because, yeah, again, when you compare getting the same placement in Splendid Steel for the same amount of cores, I think it was like 80% of the time you end up spending more in terms of Splendid Steels and money on Splendid Steels than you would just buying them outright right there. Plus, don't you also get the hero fragments as well along as part of the process? So, pretty decent value. 55 votes now on the poll. Still running 65% as AR. 27% IR, 7% New Genesis 4. That number actually went up. Hopefully whoever is accidentally clicking on a New Genesis 4, hopefully your mice get fixed, or if you're on your phone, you get your phone screen checked out. Might be running on a small amount of sleep there. How long until this tower is built? 7 minutes. We'll be back in 7 minutes. Keep it pushing for a minute. We already wrote him down. Oh. Nothing. Nada. I kind of want to take a middle opening, like the middle part opening, and just spectating instead of G1, spectating like G150 and just watching these guys all go all out in the middle. Maybe that's what we'll do. We'll watch the lower end guys. Those 30 mil accounts. That's got to be something, right? Instead of just having whales absolutely dominate, just having a bunch of 30 mil players swing on each other. Ooh, something? Nothing. 110. Okay. I think we're going to go back to G20 here. We'll get all the way to G120. If we don't see anything, we'll go back to G20. There's all these like potentials, but then nothing there. 3, 4, 5. G80 Gold and Crimson are about to fight. Bet. I'll be right there, and we got a few more of these to go through. G117 doesn't exist. Oh, so G116 is the last map. Okay. Good to know. G80. Let's take a gander. Who was it? Crimson and Gold. Oh, okay. Okay. They are fighting. This is a huge disadvantage for Crimson. Also, terrible base placement. If you're on this small lily pad worth of real estate, don't be porting into the middle like this crap, or like this. Kill those bases, move your march, or those marches, move your base over, make some room, squeeze in, nut to butt. Same thing here. You guys can scoot over. I mean, honestly, this is the crazy part, right? Like, you're gonna hear me say it. They actually have more normal hero pairings in G80 than they do in G20. The Janet and Eileen, or Janet and is that, no, what is her name? Elena is probably the most questionable here. But maybe that's all he's got, which is fine. That's budding Warzone from 91 and more. No, it could be, probably is. I don't know. I don't usually venture out that far unless I've been drinking and just need to have a laugh. I'm not laughing at people, I promise. It's more of just the hero availability that they have. They're just so limited on heroes that some of the hero pairings are funny. Elena's gone. This is not holding up well. 24k on a hit. Oh, they already have a 4th rally ready. Who do we got? Eileen and... I'm going to guess like Miyamoto. Maybe Vodala. Why does everyone put Vodala behind Eileen here? Who is this? This person. Revs. Oh, shit. Sent to message. Yo. Oh, yep. No, that popped. Okay. We're going back to 20. Going back to 20. If anyone finds any others, let me know. Going back to 20. Ah, shite. Just clicked off the screen. Janet as support, Rally is fine at debuff. Elaine as a questionable pair. Agreed. Let's see. You have told in High Guy stream, if you focus full on infantry, it's good to make a second superb set for infantry because you benefit also from refinery parts, workshop, etc. If I make for leaders superb and use infantry, it's the same thing, right? Leader armaments will benefit from my troop. Yes, correct. Your leader set is just your leader set, but whatever troops you put behind that leader set will get the benefit of whatever you provide for that specific troop. So if you run a ranged march, then your ranged refinery will kick in. If you run infantry troops in your leader set, then yeah, your infantry refinery will kick in as well. It's based on the troop. The troops get the benefit. It's not the heroes. Same thing for if like you're on base garrison, for example. If you're garrisoning your base, all of your troops will get different buff types or different buff amounts depending on what your refinery has for each one. Did you want me to put in the leaders? Eileen slash... Can't tell. Did Azure's Tower pop? They popped the Azure Tower! Gold is coming back with their questionable heroes and caffeine deficiency and lack of sleep. Wait, this is a Daryl Cynthia rally? Never mind, Gold or Azure is starting to make some questionable decisions themselves now. An Eddie Riven rally? There's just questions on both sides of the equation here. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. The Ethan Julia against the world is holding out. A Dut's still a thing or no? Yeah, Dut's still a thing. In terms of she's still in the game. If you run like 4 or 5 marches with infantry, there's definitely room for her, especially if it's like if you're running 5. But other than that, like you can make 3 extremely solid infantry marches and never need a DUT. You can make 4 extremely strong infantry marches and not need a DUT. But 5 is where you start to run into potentially there's more room for that. And that's more of like if you don't have Aaron, if you don't have Isabella, if you already are using Claude somewhere. I would still take Bianca over it probably for your 5th March, but not everybody has Bianca even. So it just depends on your hero availability. Your first marches are going to be filled with your Sakuras, your Julians, your Miyamotos, your Boyds if you have the 2nd skill Transcended at least, your Eileens, your Claudes. I don't know, remember if I said Claude or not. That kind of a thing. Aaron is really good. But yeah, once you've already used like those 8 heroes or so, then there's potentially room. She is still solid in terms of like what she brings. She's still very consistent. It's just that the buffs and debuffs of the newer heroes is just insane. Like the 30% HP, the 40% HP attack, yada yada yada. That kind of a thing. On all the heroes is really good these days. But yeah, no worries. Stella Bodala is the only rally that's not killing my eyes. Yeah, I agree. I would still run Bodala in front of Stella for that case, for the exact same reason we've been saying for this Eileen and Bodalas. There's really no talents in the Siege tree that you need to use or have at all. So you're really not missing out on anything by running Bodala and Stella, but you are getting that benefit that we've talked about already for some of these players that we've been spectating. But give me one moment. I gotta grab my phone charger real quick. One moment, guys. Okay, there we go. Let me raise my desk too, actually. Let's see. While this is raising, I did see that Ethan plus Cedric Garrison. I wouldn't necessarily say that it's better. I know that Cedric and Ethan can actually work pretty decent in single rally garrisons, because Cedric has some single target stuff that works pretty well. But I can't say that it works better in like the multi-rally type setting. Like Ethan Louis is super consistent. Sophie Ethan is good for like the low rage requirement or the lower rage requirement, fast rage regen, AoE debuff or AoE damage increase or skill damage debuff, that kind of thing. Like there's a lot of stuff there. Cedric just has like really good stats, but I don't know. I don't see it consistently enough to say that it's like justifiable. He's got the stats and stuff like that there, but his kit isn't really made for Garrison, so it's not like a confident yes. I feel like it's more of one of those where it's like if you clearly have an advantage over your opponent, you could probably get away with it and have it do good, but yeah. Yeah, Sophie Ethan works really well. Between the skill damage debuff that she applies and the low rage requirement with the fast triggering of the two, they work really well together. Oh my god, that is a Bodala Tom. That's not even a Bodala Tom tanking, that's just a Bodala Tom flanking. Who is this? Gold is using everything at their disposal, and they broke it. Azure is struggling right now. Did they run out of like cement or something? Gold has got like, Gold has all of the activity of their Legion. Just been defending multi-rallies, got me feeling like a whale. Yeah, it's pretty decent. Oh, we're back over here. This is just non-stop back and forth. Holy cow, I gotta give it to him. Got the Eddie Ribbon tank. Is it tanking? No. It's not even tanking. I know one of our leads uses Cedric Ethan, but it's only for new Genesis War or things where you rally then Garrison directly. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, like, that's similar to, is it Chasey Rick rallies that I've seen in Genesis War as well, where they just immediately converted over to Garrison too? Yeah, if you have, like, that immediate conversion over to Garrison, yeah, it makes sense. We've done that before in Genesis War too, for, like, the Science Hub. We've done that for sure. I get that. It's a use case scenario. It's a niche one, but it's a use case scenario. Outside of this, he uses Ethan and Louis without skin, or Sophie Ethan when he can spam skills. Yeah, those seem to be the two tried and true in terms of like range garrisons that you see consistently. On very rare occasions, I'll see Ethan and Victor's, or not Ethan Victor's, but Ethan Jacobs, and that seems to do okay as well. I don't really quite know how much better that it is than Louis, or sorry, how much better Louis is than Jacob in those scenarios, but I have seen it. Hello, hello. I'm gonna go put my other coffee in the fridge real quick, guys. Sorry, give me one moment. I'm curious about the review video between Void Ethan and Void Sakura for the Garrison defense. Void Sakura is really, really good. But the only inconsistency is that she has a semicircle or a fan shape or whatever it is for her AoE skill, and depending on where the rallies launch from, or I mean even just like RNG, not all rallies end up on one side of the tower. So let me just show you on a clean tower where there's no clutter, right? So let's say, for example, that gold is here and they're rallying this tower. The first rally is going to usually end up about here, and a lot of times the second rally here, third rally here. And in those cases, Sakura can do pretty well. But there's plenty of times where one rally will end up here, and then another rally will hit from this side, and another rally will hit from this side. Like the rally will come, they'll march, and then it'll swing around, and it'll come somewhere around here, or somewhere around here. And in those cases, Sakura doesn't hit them with their AoE, and so she deals far less damage. So for that, I would say that like Sakura, multi-rally Garrison is just fairly inconsistent. So she's really good on single rally Garrison, or if you can Garrison her on checkpoints, where let's say, for example, you're holding here and they're attacking from this way, all their rallies end up right here. So Sakura can hit all of them. So Sakura is really good on like checkpoint Garrison or single rally Garrisons, but on multi-rally Garrison, it's like it's a coin flip, whether she hits all of them or not. What's up, Unholy? How's it going? Holy 5 rallies. Is there actually 5? What is this one? I can't even see what Bodala Miyamoto. Okay. Yeah, Azure's throwing the fucking book at this tower. They do not like that they're losing to an Ethan Julia. I'm debating whether to transcend Easton first and use him next to Void, or to transcend Sakura and use him currently I'm using Boyd Stella. I mean, Boyd Ethan is just consistent, right? Like, you can use him on single rally garrisons. You can use him on multi-rally garrisons. You can even use him on swarms, and he's consistent. He's more consistent on multi-rally and swarms because he can build up his stacks for his second AoE skill from the fourth skill much faster. So, I mean, he definitely thrives in that kind of environment. But soccer, I mean, you can use soccer on rallies as infantry, and you can use soccer in the field as infantry, where Ethan you can't. So I would say it kind of depends. Like, if you rally at all, I would take Sakura. If you need a hero that you can also use in one of your infantry marches for field, I would take Sakura. But if your infantry field marches don't need another hero, and maybe you don't rally as much, or really not at all, then I would just take the Ethan and just use Stella on the rallies for when you do. I don't know if I said it, what's up in Holy? Put my coffee in the fridge in a second, let it melt down a little bit more. Some of this ice melt off. Oh, I did? Well, what's up, Unholy? You get it a third time. Azure, you need to start building another tower, homeboy. Maybe out of cement, though. Thank you for reply. I always watch the videos and find a lot of references. Yeah, no worries at all. Happy to. It's one of those where they're both really, really good. It's just that the Sakura stuff has its inconsistencies. If Sakura's AoE was like a circle or something like that, Sakura would be the obvious choice. But, yeah, if you're a Garrison player, obviously you're going to have like AR or multi-rally scenarios, even like IR and stuff potentially, where you need to lean more on the consistency of an AoE like circle. So that's where Ethan shines. But if your focus between the two is not just strictly Garrison, that there are opportunities to use them in field or in rallies, that's where Sakura kind of takes the lead for you as priority. Holy shit. Look who it is. Captain Degenerate himself. What's up, my favorite human being on Earth? How you doing, Nom Nom? Miss the hell out of you, man. How are you and the family doing? I'm doing alright. Cannot complain. We woke up this morning, right? We're here. Breathing. We got a coffee. That's huge. Yeah, I mean, everyone's doing well, so can't complain. How about you, man? How's the family? Attacker Strike, how's it going? Appreciate you being here. Give me 30 seconds, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna go put this coffee in the fridge because I can already tell I'll probably knock it over on my desk. 1 second. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. We have shit AR Legion. I feel that, buddy. Feel that in a spiritual level, actually. Amen to that. All is well over here. Hey, man, good to hear. Good to hear. Good to hear. Always glad to hear that you and your family are well. But yeah, man, just counting little blessings, right? We're kicking. So. Cannot complain. Gold is still going. Azure might have already expended all that they can here. What were some of the other ones we had written down? At a G102, I think. Oh, that's right. They had that tower that was going. That tower burned. They got another one going. Fuck, we missed it. We'll have to come back. 93, I have with a question mark. Looks like some potentials are jumping in for a rally. Might be a rally that's getting put together here. Maybe we'll come back to this one. I know that 21 was fighting in the same place as 20. Ah, their shit's gone now, though. You against Panda, he has such a big account. Yeah, we fought Panda. It's alright. We're almost even in arena. He's got a bit of an advantage there because of his garage, but I don't upgrade my garage until it's TC for a hero that I want. So I did some for Sakura. Now I'm sitting on a ton for whatever the next hero is. Yeah, it's Mo's old account. It's pretty strong in the field and stuff, but we traded positive against it in all of our rallies and all of our garrisons. So it wasn't too bad. But in the field, yeah, he's got quite a few 6 mil plus armament sets, I think. I think all of his sets are actually 6 mil plus, if I remember right. So, yeah, it's pretty decent. It's a pretty decent account. So, it's an upgrade for him for sure from his last one. But, I don't know, he was tanking, and tank rallies are pretty hard in AR, can't lie. They usually get pretty messed up, so we traded pretty well on that. Also, soccer is just a demon, so rallies is pretty solid on our end. We might still have some of the reports. Hold on. Let me see. What is these? What is these? What is these? These aren't the ones. Hold on. This is the counter. Oh, this. Okay, so this is where we're attacking. Oh, that's where they have the max whale. This is us trying to hit their freaking maxed out account. I think this was Panda's Garrison. Yeah, this is Panda's Garrison. So, yeah, I mean, we trade well against it. The hard one is fighting, what's this called? GOT, their maxed out account. This guy's got a maxed out account. Garage is maxed out. His beasts are 1 star off of being maxed out as well. Obviously, his armaments are there. Everything's there. So it's hard to trade good against him, but that's why we tried to target the Panda Towers, because we could usually trade a lot better against those for everybody. So, but I mean, yeah, he's got white parts on everything. He's got Panda's got a really built out garage as well. 25s on 4 of them. 22, 21. So he's pretty well set. He's got a triple stat on that, double attack. So he just got a lot of attack if I probably look at it. Yeah, 482 attack. But I'm sure that the difference comes from, yeah, he's got 33% damage. We have 55. He's got 33% damage reduction. We have 60 almost damage reduction. So we're a bit more built out on that side. Jin is OP. On Sakura, it's situational, but yeah, on Sakura, he does really good. Yep, good old Nom Nom. Good old Nom Nom. Got a couple others with question marks here. Take a gander, see if they're actually fighting. Oh, here we go. This looks like it's pretty intense. No tower fight at the moment, though. Maybe we'll come back to that. G9. And over here, oh, looks like they're burning this. They're about to take that. And they're pushing here. Holy cow. Okay, so Crimson's on the push here. Jade's about to get pushed all the way back. Sucks for them. G12. Nom Nom is everywhere. Yes, that is correct. I had this one marked, but still no Tower Wars yet. I had this one marked with a question mark. Yeah, mostly for like right here, hopefully. We're getting some Tower Wars soon. What else we have? We have 19. I don't know if we already looked at this. Looks like 19. Azure's already pushed them back. We'll go back to 20 here. See if Azure's been able to do anything in response. Nope, Tower's still just kind of going down. I hope they're back on the rally side of things, though. A couple of Stellas. This guy's got a Saber as his rally beast. That's kind of concerning. A Stella Thunder. It hasn't gotten any better for Azure. And a Stella Boyd. A Stella Thunder and a Stella Boyd rally. Into an Ethan and Julia Garrison that has a Saber as a Garrison pet. Oh my god, man. Oh my god. And this is just happening at your neighbor's house in G20. This is not across the country in G100. This is at your neighbor's house across the street, close to you, G20. This is your local neighborhood G bracket. That is crazy. That is something else. Oh, it looks like we're still getting some votes here. 72 votes now. 67% saying AR is still their favorite event of AR, IR, and the new Genesis War. If you're just casting votes for this, go on ahead and put some explanation to that, because I am kind of curious. It's actually why that's kind of the question that is up there currently. Why is it that you like AR better than IR on average? 7 out of 10 people saying that they like AR better than IR and Genesis War. Enemy Legion is so active, 5+ towers of players. However, our Legion has like 2 towers. Yeah. You can generally tell the activity of a Legion based on how many towers each individual alliance has put. When matchmaking an AR is fixed, maybe it'll be better. Well, you might know something more than I do, because I'm not aware that they're fixing any form of any matchmaking anywhere. Nom Nom, when you're coming back, we miss you. Says Chase from FIB. Well, Chase from FIB, Z from FIB agrees. We do miss you, and when are you coming back, Nom Nom? If you don't have Stella, can you use Bodala and Claude as a counter rally and tower rally? I feel like on counter rallies, the whole point of a counter rally is to deal as much damage as possible, so I probably wouldn't do that. You're probably far better off with like a Miyamoto plus some other form of damage, like an Eileen, or I mean, obviously Sakura if you have it, but if you don't have Stella, you probably don't have Sakura. Yeah, like a Miyamoto plus somebody, even that could even be in a dud, probably. I mean, you could run like a Miyamoto and like a Claude at that point, so then Claude debuffs them to maybe help the tower out, help the tower deal damage to them. And then Claude would also boost Miyamoto's damage. But I probably wouldn't use Bodala in a counter rally because Bodala doesn't deal really any damage at all. And in terms of like rallying a tower, yeah, if you don't have a rally hero like Stella, or at least at the very, very least Eddie, I just probably wouldn't rally a tower to begin with. You really need like one of those 2 heroes to enable your rally. Is it Nom Nom or Bane? Because FIB it was Bane, not Nom Nom Nom. Well, technically, Bane was with us in FIB, and then he left, and then he played on Nom Nom's account. And then, yeah, I mean, I feel like everybody knew Bane as Nom Nom because he played on that account. I don't actually remember Bane. Is this Bane on Nom Nom? Like, did Bane make his YouTube name Nom Nom as well? I thought he did. Or is this actually Nom Nom? I know that Nom Nom is a different person. It was the original Nom Nom before Bane took over Nom Nom's account, or they shared it. But I don't know. Is this just Bane living the life of Nom Nom through Nom Nom? Or is this actually Nom Nom? That's actually a good question, Rox. That's the thing. I have no clue if they'll fix it or if they'll let the game die. They'll probably won't let the game die, but they probably won't fix it. They'll just bring out some new game mode that has the same shit matchmaking, but then you're more preoccupied by the fact you have a new game mode that it delays some time before they have to worry about your concerns about matchmaking. Let's be honest. I'm sorry. Did they swap to a Stella Thunder Garrison? Tilfy Mitch? Tilfy Mitch? Bro with a Bodala front Tom Rally. No, I know. There's been lots of concerning and questionable decisions being made in this AR, which is why this is our front page coming to you live news report. Somebody spiked the water in G20 because we have a Stella Thunder and Garrison getting hit by a Bodala and Tom Rally. And yes, again, this is G20, so this is like your neighbor 2 doors down from you. This is not a third world country or a country outside of your own, out in G150, that is just, you know, something you read about in a book. No, this is literally your neighbor's house or the crack house at the end of your street in your neighborhood that's driving down housing prices. It's G20. The new game mode shouldn't be like the Jungle Crisis event. Agreed. Stella Thunder with a cat. Yes, yes. So you see that is the absolute beauty, mystery, and wonder of this G20 baguette. It's that the further, deeper you look, the more concerned that you become. It hurts me when I am in G30 and see this. Well, if it hurts you in G30, imagine how G20 feels. G21 must be on a high to be looking at the G bracket below them and seeing this. We need to set up a charity to give them access to your channel. We need to set up a charity to give them access more than my channel. We actually need to set up like a wellness fund for these guys. Someone needs to get like the Red Cross on the phone, because this is absolutely concerning. This has to be labeled as like a global crisis. This is on par with COVID-21. This might actually be COVID-22. Whatever they've got going on, or whatever fever they have that has this going on, this is a fever dream. This is the doomsday equivalent of COVID-22. Sakura Eileen, good on counter rallies. Yeah, I mean, Sakura plus anybody's good on counter rallies, really. Just anybody with damage output. So Sakura Eileen, Sakura Miyamoto. I mean, Sakura Jin. I mean, just Sakura in general on counter rallies is good. Probably want to stay away from the stuff that requires you to be getting hit, like Stella and stuff. But yeah, anybody with like most of their damage is outgoing, yeah, it's probably good. New range hero Z, what's your guess on them being Field Rally or Garrison? Talking about the actual super weapon one. Probably Garrison, right? Because the last one was Rally with Cedric. So the next one has to be Garrison to pair with Ethan, right? I would imagine. At least. That's what they did with Riders. They went JC, Rubina, Rick. So they went Garrison, Rally, Garrison. Infantry, they did... what? They did... Riven, Stella, Boyd. So kind of Garrison. Yeah, Garrison. And then Rally, and then Garrison. Oh, sorry. They did Stella, Boyd, Sakura. So Rally, Garrison, Rally. So yeah. I mean, they're following the same suit. They might pull something like Riven, where they don't have the Garrison tree, but they are Garrison-oriented, so they're a good support for Garrison to put behind Ethan. That could be something they do. Or kind of like Rick, where he's Garrison labeled, but he works really well when paired specifically with Chasey because of the basic attack damage increase and yada yada yada. You know, they could do something like that, make it where he's not like some obvious Garrison lead. Or maybe he pairs really well with some of the synergies that Ethan has. That could be things like increased rage regen. Could be things like reduction in basic attack damage taken to counter the chases and the rider rallies. Trying to think what else Ethan has that he needs to complement him. Mostly rage regen and basic attack damage reduction to counter the rider rallies. They already have a reduction in skill damage to Ethan. They already have AoE double from Ethan. So those are maybe the two areas that I kind of see or foresee. What would you suggest ranged hero pair for counter rallies? I mean, even like Sophie Ethan or Sophie Louis works really good because you have like the really fast rage regen, fast rage proc, and the AoE factor. I feel like on counter rallies, like a huge thing is AoE for ranged, because then it makes it to where you're not only dealing a lot of damage on the actual rally, but you've got a lot of field control as well, because you can fight under the AoE, and it's harder to swarm it out by doing that. So I usually like some kind of combination of Sophie Ethan or Sophie Louis for that particular purpose, because then again, like I said, yeah, we're putting a lot of damage on the rally itself, but then it also opens up that area for us to be able to fight under that counter rally, and yeah, it opens it up for us to have more of a space to fight. Hello, beautiful. Good morning. You doing okay? Good. Sorry, what? What game? Oh, I'm streaming, yeah. You're so cute. You're so cute. Okay, so this is going to be probably on pause for a minute until gold pushes back into them. This tower's going to go down. Looks like they're going to pick up some resources from at least 4 bases. Is there another base under here that I'm missing? Oh, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bases. Oh, zoinks. 7. Does Ethan need to be transcended for counter? There are a couple skills I believe that you need to transcend, but not too many. Anything that removes the garrison restrictions you'll want to have, which I know is at least 1 skill, could be 2 of them. I don't quite remember off the top of my head. But yeah, not too much of a requirement on him. Crimson is just running Jade over on this one. Let me remove this from my sticky note here. G10. Still just touching, but no rallies or nothing on that one yet. 12. Just field fights at this point, looks like. Nothing. 19. Oh wait, this is the one where Azure is pushing into Crimson, right? Looks like Crimson's probably lost some momentum, so I'd imagine this one's probably already, yeah, you got like 15 active people here. 93 was it? Yeah, no worries. So I'm full infantry, usually doing just Garrison, Void, Fully Transcended, Stella, and Soccer, both awakened with 1 skill transcended if I want to have a decent infantry rally as well. Which of those two should I focus? Sakura, 100%. Like, not even from just, like, the rally standpoint. I mean, Sakura does amazing, especially when she's fully transcended. But, Sakura just does insanely well at the field, in the field, too. Insanely well in the field. Like, where Stella just, like, is so subpar in the field because she has to be targeted in order to enable her War Wheel kit, Sakura is just raw output, or raw damage output. So, I like Sakura a lot more. Beautiful! Oh, baby girl. Oh, here we go. Good. Yeah. Okay. Oh, World of Warcraft? The one that you were playing for me? Gathering the flowers and stuff? I'll play that in a little bit. I got some stuff I gotta do, so I won't be streaming too long. Probably have to jump off here in a little bit. What time is it? 10 o'clock? Yeah. I have to jump off here. Pretty quick stream. Was just doing this while sipping on some coffee and hanging out for a little bit, seeing what everyone else is doing. And then you can play, okay? Just got a couple things I gotta do this morning. Oh, they have a Catherine on Garrison. Is that Garrison to Catherine? Wait, they have a Catherine rally into a Catherine Garrison. Catherine Cynthia versus Catherine Cynthia. Dear Lord have mercy, we have found the best G bracket to spectate. This is a Catherine Cynthia safe haven. Catherine Cynthia, Catherine Cynthia. Cynthia Aaron. Oh. Catherine Cynthia rally down. Defended by a Catherine Cynthia Garrison held up. Holy moly. Just what a different game it must be when your Garrison primary choice is the exact same as your rally choice. And it's Catherine and Cynthia. What a different game they must be playing. VIP Sky. Is this Skynet? No, it can't be. It has a pay-to-win shelter skin. Hey Z, I've got a nice report against an alliance we decided to milk points of last IR if you want to see it. I'm always down to look at reports. Nothing wrong with that. Oh, hold on. We have a Thunder rally coming in here. The rally is halfway dead before it even gets there. It's a Thunder and we'll never know. It was a Thunder and a something. Wow, what a different game, man. What a different game. G, let's just put in a random number. 54. No dice. Give me another one, like 67. Hello, beautiful baby. Good afternoon. What up, Pedro Rodriguez? You are. Look at you. 67 with some tower fights, actually. Chasey Garrison. Chasey Rick, okay. With a Rubina Chasey. With a Stella Podala. Okay, I mean, this is a lot more normal than even G20 was. Thank you. Holy shite. Different game, but looks fun. No, yeah, I mean, it's a lot less complicated, a lot less to worry about. They're in the honeymoon phase of the game. They think the game is fun. They're having fun in G102. Reality will hit soon enough, though. a Rigoro Tom versus a Stella Sakura. This is just the difference between like new gen versus old gen. This is like a technology difference. This would be you pulling out an Abrams tank on somebody holding or wearing chainmail. Yeah, this is an Abrams tank versus chainmail is what this is, with similar results. Beautiful. Oh, hugs. Oh, kisses. Thank you. We felt bad after. You must not have felt too bad if you have the report saved. Yeah, man, isn't what we were looking for. Maybe we were playing the wrong way. We were just playing the game the way that IGG has made us play the game. We are the product of 3 years this game. They are the product of probably 30 days. Oh. What the? Oh, thank you for the kisses, baby. And the whole universe. Thank you. You got me. I'm just saying, if you still have the report, you probably didn't feel that bad. Which is totally fine. I think that's crazy. That trade, but... I'm gonna lower my desk real quick, okay? Because I'm not gonna be streaming too much longer. Let me lower it. Oh, thank you. Oh, okay. Well, I'll probably do this for another 15 minutes. We'll get you some food or something like that, and then there's some stuff I gotta do, and then after all that, we could play the game this afternoon, okay? Because he woke up pretty late. It's already 10 a.m. Check my G if you can. G33. We can do that. Yo. Yeah, I have to move my mouse. What did you want me to check out, kind sir? There isn't much going on here. Too many whales for a fearless G. I don't understand how devs allow this. What whales are we talking about here? I know True G is some decently strong players, but they're like older accounts. It's a lot of kills. What happened in the end of yesterday's videos? I was watching the Bob, but realized he was live. Nothing really. Like we just can't beat the maxed accounts. Oh shit, there's one 511. Yeah. I mean, sounds about right. Yep. Well, the reason why he's here is because his whole alliance, I mean, like, look, they have 51 members in R3, right? So let's just say they registered R3, R4, and R5 only. That means that they registered 60 members total. 60 members, they have one. Well, actually, this is even easier. 51 minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Minus 9 is 42, 43. They have 43 members under 100 mil power. 43 members out of 60. So, what? 66, almost 70% of their team members are under 100 mil. And then you go look at something like True G, where they have 46 members, but 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17. I mean, you can count him 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 25 of their 50 members or whatever. Almost half are 100 mil or more. So it's just the ratios. It's just that he's leaning on an alliance that is primarily less than 100 mil, and he's carrying the combat rating by himself. So if this same alliance went to, or let go of him, yeah, if this same alliance let go of him, their combat rating would probably go from 11 bill to probably something like 8 or 7. That's all it is. It's just he drove the combat rating up to where he ended up here. The rest of his team is not G33 worthy. He is just far higher than G33 worthy, and his team is less than G33 worthy, and this is just the median of where that combat rating landed them. Would you put Salt Bay behind a tank to sustain him longer for the arena, or would you put a good pair? Would a good pair be, or what would a good pair be besides Claude? I wouldn't pair him with Claude. Just because then neither of them have the skills talent tree, so you're not actually getting a lot of rage regen, so you're not actually getting the debuff from either of them very quickly or to much use. I would just put Julian behind anybody that has the skills talent tree. It could be Bodala to, if you want to have like the sustain piece. It could be, you know, Miyamoto or Eileen or anybody else really that has a skills talent tree to have the fast rage regen. He does deal damage too with his rage skill and give good stats aside from just his debuff, so he's totally fine to pair with anybody. But yeah, because he has a debuff from his rage skill, I would just be making sure that his rage skill fires off as quick as possible, as often as possible. But yeah, Reaper, that's all it was. Like, our allies got pushed behind the gate fairly quickly. And I mean, which we already knew was going to happen. And then we just couldn't beat these two maxed accounts. This one and this one. There's nothing you can do against maxed accounts when your own Legion doesn't have a single one. I'm nowhere near maxed account. We don't have anyone in the alliance that's near maxed account. We're all dolphins. Those two are like mega whales. Not gonna happen. There's nothing you can do to trade positive on their stuff. So what do you do? What are we pinging? Oh, there was a guy here, I guess. Yeah, max accounts are crazy. Yeah, I mean they're typically in GOAT and G1 or whatever that they're usually in. So it is what it is. What was the one we were watching? Was it 67, I think? They were fighting up here. Oh, well, they broke the tower, so it doesn't really matter. What's another random number we can do? 42? The reports are decent considering. Yeah, we can usually hold our own. Like we used to in Apex as well. It's just that it's a game of attrition, right? Like, if you can't go positive on the offensive side, then you're forced to take the defensive side. And like, they were trading enough in the positive that we would have just eventually got burned out anyways. We had really, like, I was talking with Panda about this last night, or actually this morning as well, in Discord. We were in voice chat together, and yeah, we had really good field presence, and we were running them down in that sense. But that's just filling hospitals against, you know, players that have a lot of resources and speed ups and stuff. So it's like, it's not really a winning fight. You have to like permanently kill troops. And again, on the trades in terms of like rallies and garrisons and stuff, even on Garrison, they were trading barely positive because of him. So it didn't matter how much we killed Panda's rally or whoever was tanking or whatever. It didn't matter how much more positive we were trading on that when the Mega Whale on a flank was just trading like 5 for 1 or whatever it was. So we would just gotten burned out. Yeah, I hate the shelter click as well. Yeah, no worries at all, emotional. Sorry if I still sound like super monotone, man. Those nights where I have to stay up all night fighting, like, I don't mind playing this game all day, like during wars and stuff like that. But dude, like I'm at the age now, and people are gonna hate me for saying this because I'm only 30, but I'm at the age now where it's like I need my sleep. If I stay up like all night like that and just fight and sit at towers for like 12 hours from midnight to 12 p.m., dude, I get such bad migraines for the next like 2 or 3 days. Oh, you need to drink water. No, I was drinking water the whole time. Trust me, I actually enjoy water. I put lemons in my water and stuff too, but yeah, I get such migraines doing like sitting there and staring at a screen like that. I just can't do it from 12 a.m. to noon anymore. I'm not 18 anymore. It was interesting to see Jin make a comeback. Yeah, he's got a place for sure. Sakura definitely enabled it. So we got tower rallies going on here. This tower's broken, so I don't know if they're actually gonna keep it the momentum. Let's see. Hold on. So this is Azure. Oh. So wait, Jade is getting pushed back. Gold is potentially getting pushed back as well. This might be kind of interesting to look at later to see how it all ends up turning out. But it looks like Azure has some momentum here. Write this one down. G42. Just put in another random number, 38. Wow, gold got cut completely. Oh, hold on a minute. Okay, this could be decent. Okay, so hold on. Crimson's on the offensive here. An Eileen Miyamoto Garrison. Interesting. Rubina Janet, that's fine. I see a lot of white arrows going to this tower. Are they all refills? Oh yeah, it's refills cutting across from here. Okay. I saw it coming from this direction, got confused. Whoa. 93 votes from you guys and 65%. Still, we're pretty much staying around the same, it seems like. 6 to 7 people out of 10 agreeing with each other, at least, that AR is the best event. 3 out of 10 people are saying Island Raid, and 0 to 1 out of 10 people suffering from dementia and saying that the new Genesis War event is the best one. Oh, there goes that Garrison. So gold is getting pushed back by Crimson here. I would assume that it looks like it's gold and Crimson, so Jade's ally is doing good. Gold's ally is doing good. So Jade and Gold are on the weak end here, or on the short end of the stick. I can fight during the day. When it comes to night, I will go and sleep. Yeah, see, the thing is like, I like my sleep, but when you're both an R5, meaning that like you have to be in charge of like Legion markers and stuff like that, plus you're a Garrison leader, plus you're a rally leader, like all these different things, it's just like, it's so much harder. It's so much harder to just decide to go to sleep, you know? I would love to take a pause from like R5 duties and stuff like that and just like play the game on my own time again. But at the same time, I don't know, being an R5 is pretty cool when you got the same group for a long time. See that stuff so often when groups don't have garrisons prepped, and then Garrison's mains not having entrustment. Entrustment is so key. Yeah, I definitely use entrustment on my end. I like to entrust Rocks actually, because he's on like a I wouldn't say polar opposite time zone as myself, but there's a lot more overlap there. So usually, like while I'm sleeping, he can play, and while he's at work, I can play, kind of a thing. That's why I got zeroed in IR, because I fell asleep fighting, literally holding my phone in my hands on the bed. I've done that a few times, and luckily, like, I have some members that are US based as well that are like on the West Coast, so it's a couple hours behind, and they were still awake, and they just called my phone, and then my phone woke me up. But yeah, I definitely should have been burned probably quite a bit in the lifetime of my account, because of how many times I've fallen asleep in the middle of a war. Didn't even get to play the new GW on my main. I had the bug where I got signed out, couldn't get back in. Oh yeah, I read that on the Discord page. It's actually crazy that happened. It's funny that they bring out this brand new event or like this revamped event that they've been working on and stuff, and it comes with its own plethora of bugs. AR sucks when you get unsupportive Legion. Yeah, that's my biggest gripe with AR. I have two gripes with AR. Three. One, the map itself. I feel like the map needs to be updated, needs to be revamped, needs like a breath of like fresh air, or just breathe new life into it. Two, yeah, I hate that it's like a coin flip of whether you get like good allies in your Legion or not. But I feel like that's just on like in the same discussion as just like the poor matchmaking. Like, they need to fix matchmaking, one, to make matchmaking more fair, but two, also they need to introduce some kind of like a system that like separates the farming alliances that are trying to get free rewards from actual like fighting competitive alliances. I think that you can have an alliance that is like less in combat rating, and like even less like they may not have as many top end whales, but they're such a good uniform alliance that they can compete and be on par with some of the bigger alliances, and they would make a good pair in a Legion. So even though the one alliance might not have as many rally leaders and garrison leaders, they can bring a lot of field players and, you know, fillers and stuff like that to the table and still be able to hold their own. So there's some good, you know, opportunities there for matchmaking. But then three, my other biggest gripe is that, again, maybe this leans more into just the way that the map is created, but with the current map layout and the structure of the event and the game, with like the checkpoints and the unlock times and all that stuff, it feels way too slow before you actually like get into fighting, like real fights, which I consider real fights, like tower wars and stuff. And usually by then you've burnt out. Like, if you have a good AR, you've burnt so many resources and speed ups in your Legion from, you know, gold cement, gold scav fighting, chainsaw zombie fighting and stuff like that, that the tower wars themselves don't usually last that long. Like, it's very just decided quickly by whatever team got burnt out and chainsaw and stuff quicker. So I don't know. For one, yeah, the event just feels slow. The two, the map needs to be refreshed, and three, the matchmaking really just needs to be addressed. Is my biggest gripes with AR. I don't know whether you guys agree or not, or if I'm just like, that's a hot take. That's, I don't know, that's where I feel like they can improve at least. We use an account, and account of leadership has access to, and we all send entrustments to that account. I've seen that strategy on a lot of Asian alliances, where yeah, they just have like some bullshit email, or sorry, some BS email, where, you know, it might just be like fibfarmaccount1@gmail.com and a password of just like FIB access, and everybody has access to that account in terms of like R4s or like garrison leaders or rally leaders or whatever it may be. And then all of those garrison leaders or rally leaders or main accounts and stuff can all entrust it, so everybody has access at any time to those accounts. So I've definitely seen that too. AR is the best event, but in IR, you stay with your buddies. AR is the best event, but in IR, you stay with your buddies and don't felt on sometimes stupid Legion behaviors. Yeah, no, again, I completely agree, but that's the whole point, is that it shouldn't be a coin flip, right? Like, it sucks the fact that like you might get the most fair and even matchmaking, the best matchmaking of your life for AR, and then come to find out that like one of the alliances in your Legion is just there for free rewards, or maybe they've got like a really strong upper whale account or whatever, but they registered him, but he's not actually playing. He's on vacation this week or something like that, and he just got registered for the rewards. Or maybe you have the alliance in your legion that does nothing in rally hive minds and stuff during the event, and that sucks. So I don't know, like it's a coin flip, and that's the whole point of it, right? Is that if you're gonna make a game like this that is very based around these war events, you know, like you're obviously you're getting these heroes because you're going to use them in war. They're rally leaders, they're garrison leaders, and they're rallying garrison leaders because they're going to be used for war. You spend all this time revamping events, you bring out beasts, you have garage, all these things that improve your performance in war events and PvP. So a huge part of this game and a huge emphasis of this game is clearly the PvP version of, or the side of it, right? The player versus player side. And then it's a huge letdown when the game is so oriented and tailored around the gameplay of the PvP side of things. And then the PvP itself is just ruined by the fact that it's a coin flip. You know, like you're coin flipping every event that you play on whether you end up in an island raid map where you have two alliances that are just going to run the map because they ally each other and they're far stronger than the other six. Or an AR where you're going to coin flip getting an actual decent legion and or a very, you know, farmer based or inactive legion. And maybe you do end up in a very active legion, but what ends up happening is that one of the legions in your map is filled with farmer legions, and now their ally doesn't want to play because of that, and now you have a dead AR anyways. You got the best, you know, pull for Legion possible in AR. You've got that alliance that you know is super active. You know, in the leadership chat, you see that your alliance or your Legion has really good rallying garrison leaders. You're super looking forward to this event. It's going to be a fun one. You're finally in a great Legion, and the whole event is dead. You never once get into tower fights. They don't show up for chainsaw zombies or anything because they have the inactive Legion and they don't want to play because of it. So it's like it sucks either way. You have to like it's so chance based. You have to get a good legion, and you have to hope that all other legions in your map get good legions as well to actually have a good event. If any one of the legion gets a poor alliance in it, the whole event is typically dead, because then their legion doesn't play. Their legion's ally in their faction doesn't want to play because of it, because they feel like their faction ally is going to bring them down. And then now your legion and your ally don't have anything to fight, and it sucks. $400 mil account that registered but AFK the whole event. Yeah, it's almost like we know something about that. You nailed it 100%. Very much true. I got nothing. No tower wars. Not so much field fights because the enemy on the other side decided to tower towards their ally. We can't do anything. Yeah, I've seen that as well too. Where they go, hey, our legion can't compete on this map. Your legion can't compete on this map, but we're allies. Let's just tower to each other before we become a faction. We'll fight each other because that's a lot more fair than fighting the other guys. Then as soon as the tower wars are done, the whole map is done. But the other two legions didn't get a single thing. Now you've just got PvP requests in the AR chat the whole time, saying for everybody trying to get their minimum awards. G33 is about to fight? Sure. Where though? This? Oh, this. Nice, okay. Well, this tower is still 6 minutes behind, and that'll be before another tower. So let me write this G33, and we'll put a 10:40 a.m. timestamp on it to come check when that other tower finishes. Then we'll see if they place another immediate tower or what. But we'll see. Yo. That's stupid expensive. Better I take a look. In ours right now, our tank well just doesn't communicate and just rallies without timing. It's been an unnecessary, difficult first 2 days. Have no idea how we were doing well so far. That's rough. Yeah, I think Panda had a similar complaint when they had even some big whales in some of their last ARs. Where yeah, like when you have whales, they'll just go off and do their own thing. Oh, okay. Yo. Yeah, we'll be back to this in just a sec. What was that other one we were watching? G38. I am marking something on my beast. Is this your Garrison? It is. Ships. That's pretty much it. Yeah, you're running 4, 2. Why are you running combo though? Why are you running combo? Yeah, that's why. Or this other one. Okay. Can't type. This whale from G33 probably playing less than 1 year already has diamond parts. Like, come on. Yeah, but that's not really anything that's like out of the ordinary though. Like the problem is whales going to lower G brackets. Having whales that are newer whales in your G bracket isn't the problem. Because that's a thing before this matchmaking, before any of that stuff. Like we all grew up in regions where, you know, you're a couple weeks old, couple months old, and there's just someone that completely whales out and, you know, runs the region. Like that's always a thing. That there's nothing wrong with that. It's when you have the old whales or the old maxed accounts that come down to the new regions and ruin it. If you have a brand new player that's a brand new whale and they're whaling out and they're a work in progress, that's a different story. That's fine. That is a gotcha game, yes. hell is at my door? Oh, it's just a package, babe. Oh, okay, okay. They're popping all the towers here in 38. Excuse me. I just called me poor in every single way, or in every possible way. Still no another tower yet. See if G20 if they're making a move yet. Nope, they're still not building into each other. Gold is out here in full force though. There's definitely a lot more than these Azure players. Gold wants to get back in the game, which is good for them. What's that? 38. Nice to see you again. What do you say about Gold Pango and Mimic Jelly together? I have on the Pango crit and on the Jellyfish full combo. Like for Garrison? Is that what you're talking about? Is it like from a Garrison standpoint, Sky? Thanks for your help. No worries. Yes, Garrison, and for Rally, Purple Bull plus Mimic Jellyfish. Okay, I got you. It's just that typically on Garrison combo isn't really the best thing. It can be decent because you can use it to shred the tank rally that's fighting you, but obviously it suffers more multi-rally Garrison. It thrives in the field, it thrives in rallies, it thrives in single rally Garrison. It suffers in multi-rally Garrisons. Now, if you are going to run it, having... I was just rereading it back. I have on the Pango crit and Jellyfish full combo. Can you send me a message in-game with a report with that combination? It can be a Garrison report. It can be a field report. It doesn't matter what it is. But can you send it to me in-game so I can just see the total stat values? And then I'll give you more. Oh, right. What best pair beast for counter rallies? Your strongest or need bull plus something? I would still, like, if the word rally revolves in your space, even ever so slightly, even if you're just a counter rally player or you rally on occasion, like you're a flank rally or something, or you're a Garrison player on occasion, maybe you Garrison the flank towers, secondary Garrison, doesn't matter what it is. If the words rally or Garrison even remotely revolve around you as a player, you need to have Pango or Bull. Ideally the one that fits your roles, right? So Bull for rallies, Pango for Garrison, but having one of those physical beasts just in general is really good. And that is for the 300% stat buffs. I would say that that's like mandatory if you're a rally or a Garrison player. You do need to have them. Them plus something. For rallies in general, typically anybody that is in rally or field, combo and crit are your best stats. And for anybody in Garrison, counter and crit are your best stats. And you kind of just build around that. So if you're on a rally, you can run Bull and the Crab or Pluto Jelly for the combo side of things. You could run Bull plus Saber or Rhino or Chiron for the crit side of things, or Kong or whatever have you. You can also run Otachi and have the crit side of things as well too. But I would stay away from anything counter based if you are a rally player, or specifically also as well a counter rally player, because there will be nowhere for your counter to proc. Would be my advice. I'm assuming this is you, yes. So I'm going to take a screenshot of this. See, you're at 215 combo, 470 crit, and this is a purple jellyfish support. So then you go here, and purple jellyfish has a flat percentage chance to deal damage as support, and if it's triggered by a combo, it has a 100% chance. So really you have a 50% chance to deal damage. You don't really ever get to benefit from this because you have a 215 combo on your leader, which means that you have I'm going to try to manipulate it or recreate it. Hold on. What's the easiest way for me to recreate 215 combo? Maybe on a physical. Maybe not on a physical. What would be the next one? Water. Oh, okay, so actually just this. Wait, why do I have 340 though? Oh, it's because of the chips. I'm getting a bonus from these things. Let me just unequip all and just put this. 220, okay. So you have on your leader, you have a 27% combo rate on your Pango with 215 combo. So you're really not able to take advantage of this at all, this 100%, which is kind of harsh. But you do have 470 crit, which means that you have a... I mean, 545 is pretty close. You have somewhere around like a 43 or 44% counter or crit rate on your thing. So the hard part about the pair that you're running is that you've got like a combo based support beast without combo being your primary stat. So you have a couple options. One, you can pivot to where you have that higher, almost double proc rate of crit and go with a crit based support. Because you're running crit based chips on your leader beast anyways, and actually get a support beast that essentially like is complemented from your Pango running crit chips. It makes more sense to have a support that can benefit from that, like, you know, Saber or Rhino, or even a second Pango, where when the active skill deals critical damage, then your support deals damage. So a double Pango might work better for you, whether it's a double gold or a gold and a max purple one, or another crit based support if you're going to run crit chips. If you do truly want to run a Pango plus a water beast, you're probably better off having a full combo set on your Pango and then a crit set on your support beast, so then your combo is up there. The problem though when you're running a water support is that corrosion can't crit, and so you've got all this crit that is only still again benefiting your Pango. The corrosion damage from your jellyfish, because yeah, this inflicts corrosion damage, will never crit because corrosion can't actually crit, and you can see that here. Unless otherwise specified, status damage, which is corrosion, cannot trigger critical hits. So the corrosion damage from your support beast can never crit, even though you have a 50% crit chance. So I would definitely consider switching to a secondary support physical beast that can actually benefit from that, or running more combo in terms of chips on your leader, so that then you can apply the corrosion more often and not have crit just be like the highlight of that pair. Crit plus corrosion is hard because there's not a lot of synergy there. Some guy in G9 with 6 bill kills. Yeah, 44% crit rate. Yep, 26 combo rate and 16.7 counter. Yeah, it's the same thing like I mentioned. Your jellyfish gets a benefit from the combo for a higher proc chance on its support skill. But then your high crit rate is really only helping your Pango because you can't crit with corrosion anyways. So, oh, now Azure's going back on the offensive here in G20. G9 with 6 bill kills. Who has 6 bill kills in G9? None of the alliances stand out as what I would know a 6 bill kill player to be in. So Azure's trying to bring the fight back to gold. They're going back on the offensive. So this is all after Azure just got done having a tower burned right here. Azure had a tower right here. The gold burned. Now Azure's going back on the offensive. They're garrisoning this time with actually a Boyd, so a much better garrison than what they had before. It is a Boyd Riven. Oh, Boyd Stella, okay. They're rallying with a Stella, tanking with a Stella and Bodala. Secondary rally hitting now with a Sophie. So this person, I believe, was running a Sophie Boyd or a Sophie Ethan earlier. Looks like they've gone back to the Sophie Boyd. Or Bard, sorry, not Boyd. I did have to send you a report from the zombie if you want to take a closer look. $2.6 billion kills. 2.6 billion kills isn't really insane depending on the age of the account. I mean, 2.6 billion T6 kills is still wild. What that probably is an account that started out in Apex, got a ton of T6 kills, and then found its way dropping or being sold and resold and stuff to lower G brackets where it's not finding as many T6 kills, or the owner itself isn't focusing as much on T6 kills. They could have brought that account to like Fearless or something like that, and then just been farming a bunch of T5 kills or T4 kills as well. And maybe it's making its way back up. Yeah, Pluto Jellyfish is amazing if you don't have Otachi for support. I use Pluto Jellyfish for support on my stuff. I have Otachi. I use Pluto Jellyfish for mine. It's not that he has the purple jellyfish, but he's running crit chips. Or sorry, he's running combo, or yeah, crit chips on his main, combo chips on his support, but the crit chips and stuff like that aren't built out. Like if you have built out chips, it's a different story. Like on my Pango and Pluto, I have 66% crit, 61% combo. He has 43% crit, 26% combo. I also have 50% counter. So I have 61% combo, 50% counter. And when you look at the Pluto jellyfish, it has a 100% chance if it comes from a combo or a counter attack. So I have a 70% combo, or sorry, a 60% combo and a 50% counter, both of which will trigger the 100% for Pluto jellyfish's support. So because I have over a 50% on both of those, it gives me a really good chance to either do one or the other during each 3-second rotation, whatever 6-second rotation, to then make this 100% all the time. Yeah, I have maxed OCs for physical, and I have maxed OCs for water as well. So that's all it is that like if you have something that can actually like take that 50% chance that it has and make it, you know, far more often than the 100%, then yeah, like it's really, really good. But if you have like a lower like 26% combo rate or whatever, because it's the purple jellyfish, and which only triggers off of combo, not like the gold jellyfish, which triggers off of combo and counter. It's a different story because then you really need to get the combo up. And his crit is 44%, but his combo is down at 26%. So it's a very low chance that he gets this 100% trigger rate. Gold jellyfish has the advantage where it triggers off of combos or counter attacks. So you get twice the attribute basically to trigger it from combos or counters, and then you just got to get those stats up themselves. So since it'll take a while to build water OC chips for me, would you recommend water counter chips or combo chips in the meantime? And you're on Garrison. I would still say the combo chips because I mean even prior to this, I was using before I switched over to the water OCs, I was running, actually I can just click on Otachi, it's on him. I was running this set right here. I was just running a full combo set. So, I mean, which is still super solid because again, it doesn't matter whether it's combo or counterattack, you still get this. And if you're running a Garrison of Pango plus Pluto, then let's just look at a Pango that doesn't have any chips equipped. You still have a 41% based counter rate if you have max potential on it with no chips. So you have the 41% coming from the 420, plus he also gets the 70 counter as well, so this goes to 490. You get the 60 when it deals a crit, so that goes to 550. And then you also get the 50 when you are in Garrison. So you get 600 with no chips equipped on Pango in terms of the counter and stuff. So that counter still then has a high counter rate to proc the Pluto jellyfish secondary, which procs from combo or counter. So it still gives you a lot of room to go combo chips because you get a high natural amount of counter proc rate from just having Pango with maxed out potential. So 600 would give you, let me just find someone that has around 600. 635 is close enough. It still gives you a 50% counter rate on a Pango jelly with no counter chips whatsoever and combo chips on your Pluto. So if you went crit on Pango, no counter chips, and Pluto chips, or sorry, combo chips on Pluto, no counter chips, you would still have a 50% counter rate, plus then all the combo from Pluto, to where both of those can trigger Pluto's support skill at the 100% rate. What's the goal on your AR? Take 7, then chill in helipad the rest of event? Probably take 7 and go down and fight 2v1 with our ally until Jade shows up, and then go home. Once Jade shows up, we just go home. Could you look on the zombie report? My chills are not fully, or my chips, I assume is what you meant, are not fully upgraded yet. No, I get that. I know they're not. I can't see the chips, by the way, because it's a zombie report. You can't see the chip section, but what I was looking for was this. So yeah, you have 470, 215, 120, which you already read off anyways. So, yeah, I would still do the same thing that I mentioned. Where, yeah, it would be better for you to get combo chips in your Pango at that point. But if you're going to go crit chips on your Pango, then it's time to consider a different support. This is yours. But these are your crit chips. If you're gonna go crit chips here, if you're gonna go crit, I would go with a crit beast support or a double physical for that purpose. Uh, it's one of those where it's much harder to build beast pairs unless you're like hyper spending. I have a maxed out normal pangolin and a level 8 gold pangolin. I use the normal one as the assistant. Should I crush the normal pangolin and get the pristine life? Put in the gold pangolin. If you have a support beast that is fully built out that you can put behind it in its place, yes. If not, then no. You eventually want to do that, yes, but build out a support beast that can then supplement the purple one that you're removing before you do it. Because a built-out purple support beast with a non-maxed-out gold lead will still perform better than a maxed out gold lead with bungus, cheeks for a support beast behind it than after. What was I looking at? Oh, yeah, G20. Oh, well, that tower got destroyed, so now they're building this way. Use on brain and spine 2 combo chips with the crit chips. Yeah, it's kind of all over the place. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's kind of all over the place because you're going a support beast as Garrison, forcing a support beast onto a Garrison that you're not building support as your primary stat. So it's just there's not much cohesion there. If you had combo chips on your lead beast, and then you had a combo beast behind it to then gain benefit from it, that's one thing. But in this case, you're building a physical beast lead with crit chips and then slamming a combo beast support onto it, which, again, wouldn't be too big of a problem, except your support beast that's doing combo is dealing corrosion damage, which corrosion damage doesn't crit, so then all the crit that you're building on your lead beast has no cohesion with your support beast either way, whether it be the fact that you're not building combo on your lead beast or the fact that your corrosion itself can't deal crits. The only time you can get corrosion to crit in this game is if you have a Otachi in lead, because the leader skill on Otachi makes it to where your corrosion can crit. But that's it. Roger that, rubber ducky. No problemo, meat wagon. Your shit is pretty solid, man. I've seen some more stuff. What was that other one we were looking at? Got my sticky note. G33. Now I have to debate between finishing my Sabertooth counter chips, 3-star, or start a combo water chip. If you want to send me a report with your stuff again, Meat Wagon, we can try to help figure that out. Oh, here we go. Now we're getting started. In 8 more minutes. I just don't see it. I see 2 towers worth of Azure players and 1 1/4 towers worth of Crimson players. I feel like Azure just takes this by default. Am I wrong? So it's Crimson Jade versus Azure. Azure's already cut Jade and Azure's about to cut Crimson. Poor old Gold is not going to be able to play this event. So I should use for Garrison double Pango, but you have said once that Purple Bowl and the Mimic Jellyfish work, so that's why I thought this combo would work too. The reason why Purple Bowl and Mimic Jellyfish work is for rallies, because they're both combo based. But in terms of like you being a Garrison player, combo can work, but that's like if you're strictly focusing on combo itself. Like you would run like a combo counter pair and not really worry too much about crit. The crit part works if you're running a crit secondary or another physical secondary, but you're building a lot of crit on your lead beast, and there's nothing to really benefit from it except for your lead beast. Your support beast isn't getting any benefit at all from crit, whether it be more proc rate or just their damage when they do proc. Their proc rate isn't being increased by crit, and when they do proc their support skill can't crit, so the crit isn't really helping anything and helping anything there. Let's see. Tommy Shelby, huh? It's a good trade against him. What were you saying? Debate between finishing my Saber counter chips to 3-star or start a combo water chips. Hmm. 1337, nice. 1337 crit, 745 counter. Well, I mean, we could just look at the raw data if you want. If you don't mind having this be a little bit tedious and a bit more in depth, we can take just a raw look at it. He uses 1 attack, 2 attacks, 3 attacks, 4 attacks. Oh, wait. 3 attacks. Wait, 3 attacks. Okay, yeah, so 1, 2, 3. So he used his... This is at 3 seconds. So the Undead Bull used his 3-second attack, which triggered a crit, which meant that Hammer then used his, because it does it when the lead beast does a crit. This is all fluff right here. So basically your Pango... Yeah, your Pango attacks, and then you did a combo, or they did a combo on top of it, so that's the 3rd attack. On that one, you then triggered a counter attack, and then you used your own. And then because you did a crit... Oh, wait. No. You did a counter attack. The counter attack triggered a critical hit, which then had your support beast use theirs. So then you did 1 attack, 2 attacks. Then your Pango did its normal every 3-second attack. So okay, so you did 3 attacks. They did 3 attacks. Let's look at the difference in beasts again real quick. Yeah, you're at all gold. You're at almost all OC and then double gold against his. So your damage is already way higher as is. Your HP, your stats are 20% higher. Your HP is, what, 50% higher? You have good crit damage. You have good counter damage. Okay. So let's look what happens at 6 seconds. 6 seconds should be a lot more interesting. We'll actually give your chips a second to stack. We'll go to something like 24 seconds. So at 24 seconds... we have his Undead Bull uses his rage, or his leader skill, triggers a combo, so that's 2. You triggered a counter attack to that, which crit, which meant that your Pango also attacked, or your Saber also attacked. I'm sorry. 1, 2. Then your Hammer Pangolin just did its normal attack, and then it used its leader skill. So you attacked 4 times. 1. Wait, no, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, okay, you did attack 4 times. 25,000, 30,000, 89,000, 26,000, and his did 21,000 and 8,000. Okay. Honestly, with yours, what water beast are you looking to put in support? Is it the Pluto Jelly or is it an Otachi? Because at this point, like when I look at this, like you're honestly doing fine. Because your saber support is wanting to attack off of crits, right? So when I'm just gonna go to a max saber here because mine isn't. When the active skill deals a critical hit, then it deals follow-up damage and has a 100% chance for crit plus 100 the next time that the active skill is used, which is a huge benefit. When using the looter skill, you get bonus crit. If critical is dealt during this time, you even get bonus crit damage. When dealing damage to a target with shield, increases damage to the current attack, which is actually decent now. This used to actually not be so good because not a lot of beasts had shields except for grass, and not a lot of people running grass beasts. But now more players are using the Titan beast, which actually has 2 shields. So you actually get more benefit out of this now than you used to. Oh, wow, your Pluto's actually up there, huh? You're running 4 to 4 title array. Is the title array the purple ones? Yeah. What is your attribute level at this, though, without the support, is my question. 310? Although I can tell from here, actually. So it's 90. Yeah, it is. So it is 310. 310, okay. I would honestly say that you are at a pivotal point. And because your Pluto Jellyfish is so high, I would actually say it's time to pivot to the Pluto Jellyfish and get some combo chips going. Because your Pluto Jellyfish is going to benefit here, again, from the combos or counterattacks. Your Pango already naturally has very high counter, as we already saw, coming from its skills as lead in Garrison. You're going to get the bonus flat corrosion damage, which doesn't get mitigated by damage reduction at all, because there is no damage mitigation for corrosion damage currently. When receiving a critical hit, the leader gets counter bonus, so it's going to take that, what was it, 550 counter that you get naturally on Pango, and bump that up to 610. And if the opponent team has a fire-type biochemical beast, grants an additional 90 for 3 seconds. So you're going to get 150 counter, because there are a lot of beasts that are running Kong or Chiron or Saber or Rhino. I mean, those are probably the most common supports right now as is on rallies or even garrisons, but especially rallies. So 150 bonus counter, 27% flat damage of that's not going to get mitigated, and you're going to have a very high chance of getting this 100% because you're getting this 150, putting that onto your Pango that's already getting a high amount as well. And then you're going to have even just naturally just purple chips, but soon to be gold plus. I would make the pivot. I would make the pivot 100%. The only issue with my Pluto is that there's no pristine life upgrades. Saber is complete. Now there's a bigger question. Do you demolish the Saber to put it into Pluto? Your pristine lives and stuff. Is there ever a world where you do that? Because as a Garrison, I feel like the counter is so vital on Garrison that the Pluto Jellyfish getting, not only receiving a benefit from the high counter because it has the increased proc rate of up to 100%, but also complementing you and giving you even more counter, which only helps you that much more on Garrison, specifically multi-rally Garrisons. And you're a Rider Garrison, right? If I remember right, Meatwagon? You're a Rider Garrison, aren't you? Yeah, you are. And as we've already discussed, Rider Garrison's main weakness is the fact that they get swarmed out. So you increasing your damage output to every individual march that's swarming you, or multi-rally scenario, because you don't have much AoE damage or damage to all the other marches consistently as riders, I feel like only benefits you that much more as opposed to the crit. Yes, you could have higher crit with Saber, but you're going to have the lesser proc rate for damage or outgoing damage to the swarms and the multi-rallies and stuff. Honestly, I should just entrust you so you can look through all of them. I can look through all of them, but it'll be the same thing I'm kind of saying now anyways, whether we look at it or not. We're just kind of talking more behavior here than the stats themselves. It becomes a question of, do you want to attack more enemies more often through higher counter, or do you want to attack enemies less often but potentially deal more damage when you do through higher crit rates? The other side of things is that Saber gives you bonus crit damage, which is typically very highly mitigated from physical chips that you have on physical beasts that have crit damage reduction, so that's less effective, versus the corrosion damage bonus that Pluto Jellyfish gives you that there is no mitigation of damage against. I would confidently say, like, and again, take this as like my advice and what I would do. I would delete the Saber, invest it all into Pluto, and not look back. If you have any iffiness on that, wait until you can get at least 3. Like, I would halt all investment on your Saber at the very least and start investing fully into gold counter chips, or sorry, combo chips for your Pluto Jellyfish. That's what you were saying earlier, right? Yeah, combo chips. Yeah, invest fully into combo chips for your Pluto Jellyfish. And once you have all 3-star gold combo chips on your Pluto Jellyfish, then delete the Saber, invest the pristine lives over to your Pluto Jellyfish, and then now put a 3-star Pluto Jellyfish support with combo chips and max pristine life in support to then support you to replace what you currently have. That way you're not shifting over some benefits but then missing out on the chip side of things. You can set yourself up to where you have better chips, and then when you go to demolish it and move the pristine lives over, now you're switching over to an upgrade that not only has better chips but is maxed out on pristine as well, so you don't lose out on one thing and get one good thing. You have the same good thing, which is the pristine lives, but then you have the better thing of the better chips. I would do it that way. That way you can take advantage of what you already have, but work towards something better, and then make the switch when it makes more sense to do so. So it kind of gives you something to work towards. That's what I would do. I think it makes a lot of sense to make the switch. It's just that there's room to definitely say that, like, make the switch soon, just not at the moment. Yeah, have to think of that, like, fully. Yes, I would switch them, but switch them after you have some combo chips going on the Pluto Jellyfish already. Yes, and I would actually wait to do it at 3 stars. Because, hold on. Yeah, because then you get the leader's skill damage of 33% as well, as opposed to not. I would wait until you have 3-star combos all the way, or at least on the 4-piece. I would wait until you have 4-piece 3 stars, then do the switch. Yes. I would do... I don't know, you tell me. Can you get a max... Can you get to 3-star 6-piece OC chips within 6 months? Within 6 months, can you get 6-piece 3-star OCs? God, no? Then no. Yeah, no, fuck no, don't do it then. Don't do OC chips. No. Your OC chips aren't maxed out on physical. Just use all your OC chips on physical. Wait till that's done. Then you can worry about the other OC chips in another life. Yeah, get this to all 5 stars and just go all 5-star normal gold combo there. Make the switch when you have 3-star 4-piece combo. When all of this, when all of these slots are 3-star combos, these 4 right here, don't worry about these 2, but when these 4 are 3-star combos, then make the switch. Just kill off your saber, put the pristine lives onto Pluto, swap that over to support, you'll be fine. Yeah, I would do double physical in your case if you're gonna have crit chips, Sky. If you're gonna run this pair, I would get combo chips here. What are we looking at? 20? I gotta dip out of here soon. I said that earlier. I gotta dip out of here soon, like, actually, though. What's an OC chip? Are you actually saying that, or, like, just a joke? Because if you're making an exaggerated joke, I think that's actually kind of funny. But I don't want to laugh if you're actually being serious. Let's see. 33 is this one. Okay, here we go. Now they're touching. And never mind, doesn't matter. They're touching, and like I said, Azure just had all the momentum there. Awesome, thanks, man. No worries at all. Wow, Jade lost all momentum here. My bowl is level 85, so I will use that. Ain't no problem with that. Oh, dang. This guy is getting spit roasted. Jade has lost the momentum there. However, it is the opposite in this side. Gold. So it's gold, crimson, Jade, Asher. Oh yeah, Jade, Asher's done then. Jade's getting cooked. Oh wait, no, sorry, I said that backwards. So it's gold, or Azure, Jade, but Azure is actually pushing on their side while Jade is getting pushed back. So this is going to come down to Azure versus Crimson in a bit. Joking for sure. Okay, nope, just making sure. Not that long ago, someone had said the same thing. I laughed, and they said, no, I'm being serious. And then I felt bad, so now I have to, like, check myself. I haven't spent on B, so I'm rocking purple and gold chips. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that at all. I gotta start clearing out my friends list again. Oh, I miss Mr. Brain. I'll never delete him though. That's almost like a it's almost like a prized possession type thing if you have Mr. Brain on your friends list still. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, I just played a bunch of burnt towers now. Might actually be a good place to send you friend requests so I can entrust you so you can look at beasts. Want your honest opinion on purple crab and gold crab for Garrison. With Pengo leading, is it still the same with the jellyfish? Who's Mr. Brain? He is like the OG version of my account. He was like the deep dive guy before deep diving on Doomsday was a cool thing to do. And I've been in the same alliance with him since probably 6 months into starting this game. Me and him were in the same alliance, and he was making videos like that, and I used to help him with all of his deep dives and research and stuff. Like, we were the ones that did the first measurements of the diminished returns on lethality and block and whatnot. And I helped him basically get all the... I used to have all of, like, the pieces and the hones and all that stuff that he would then use for the data, and he would convert the data to, like, charts and stuff, and then he would make videos on it. And then he left the game because he got busy with life, and I kind of took that torch. He just got busy with life. He was in the military. I think he was getting out of the military and converting over to civilian life. He had some health issues as well that ended up happening, unfortunately. Yeah, and then he's also just a dad with multiple kids. Yeah, we are missing out on the Jungle Crisis rewards. Mr. Brain was the first Doomsday YouTuber I watched. Yeah, I loved him, man. That's why, like, it was so cool when he started doing it. We were in the same alliance as each other when he started. I was with him before he started, and we had talked for quite some time about, you know, what it was that he wanted to do on his YouTube channel and stuff. And I was interested in the same thing that he was in terms of, you know, researching and figuring out questions about this game and answering questions that people weren't asking. And getting data and stuff, and so that's what we did, and that's how we made his channel. We were the ones that discovered that, I mean, because prior to us actually looking it up, like, people didn't actually think heroes are broken. We were the ones that discovered that Jonathan was broken like 9 months after he'd already been released. Jacob was broken 9 months after release. Stella was broken. Yeah, it was way cool. Missed the hell out of that guy. But yeah, I want your honest opinion on purple crab and gold crab for Garrison with Pango leading. Is it still the same as jellyfish? No. Gold crab and purple crab are fine to have on Garrison. They're not ideal, but they're okay. It's just that if you have them on Garrison, you need to build everything very combo based, because that's what they proc off of. Whereas with gold jellyfish or purple jellyfish, well, okay, yes, gold jellyfish procs off of counter and combo, and because Pango is naturally counter heavy, it's already a really good pair. But if you have purple jellyfish, purple crab, or gold crab, you have to be somebody that is willing to more orient your Pango towards combo, which you can only do through chips. What is his channel name? I think it's just Mr. Brain 6. Hold on 1 second. I have to tab over to YouTube real quick. YouTube.com. I want to say it's Mr. Brain something. Hold on, I'm still in his like community Discord that even he had. Friendly neighborhood Brain. Brain's videos. This video. Mr. Brain. It's Mr. Brain 600, not just 6. If you go to youtube.com/@MrBrain600, that was his channel. And actually, if you look at his channel, he had live streams and stuff as well. And he used to stream our Dark Seals and ARs and stuff like that. And this is back in 2024. Actually, let me look at this video. Yeah, this is back when we were in, what G bracket is this?
Usually finds people who aren't.
I think we were in G1 at the time. Oh, G3. We were in G3. Yeah, we had like H and B and stuff like that in our map. I was just looking at it. Holy cow, what a time to be alive, man. Things were so different for us when we played in Apex. Damn, how have I never heard of him? He hasn't made videos in, I think, at least a year. You guys are basically the Doomsday beta testers. They should have rewarded you guys with gold. Yeah, we did a lot for this game together. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed doing stuff with him on this game. It's always just fun when you have another fellow nerd that thinks the same way that you do to just test stuff and do stuff. Holy shit, they're going on the full offensive. I told them not to do this until the middle open, but they're just doing it anyways. This Hope guy actually has a really good garrison, and he can actually garrison multiple towers with his setup. So I told him to wait until middle open. But he's going Boyd to Sakura. What are they slamming it with? Stella Bodala. Sophie Cedric. Which that rally's getting ripped apart. No, dude, this is not the move. Where? Not Mr. Clean. Who was it? What happened to waiting until middle opened? Yep, no worries. No worries. It is quite the complex topic, so I do not blame you for having a lot of questions on it. And it's not a simple answer. It is not the same answer for every player. It is not the same answer for every player, even if you are using the same heroes in the same role in different brackets, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's the question and answer is different for everybody. Or the answer to the question is different for everybody. I love testing things, but I don't have the brain power to compute what I just observed. It is something. Me and Brain had the advantage of playing games like this for like the last 10 years. We played mobile gacha games like this or similar, like strategic type games and stuff. Especially with Rise of Kingdoms. Like if you've done deep diving and stuff on Rise of Kingdoms, and it's very easy to translate that over to this game. But it also helped that he worked in a very similar field and occupation that I do. Did they just pop that tower? No, they didn't. The tower popped the rally. Okay, what did he say to this? Rank 50 for first phase rewards. I'll never understand that. The rewards for Phase 1 are such free cheeks. I'll never understand why you burn yourself out as a Legion to get Phase 1 rewards. I saw Boyd and Ethan Garrison today. Yeah, Boyd and Ethan is probably the most common infantry garrison in the game. My man. Now went and look at Harley Quinn's video on how to promote a level 1 beast to max. And I get all the extract and pristine lives back. Yep. This game was a total new experience for me. Only mobile games I'd really played a lot was Marvel Contest of Champions and Fun Hospital. I kind of been all over with it. I don't know. I wasn't ever really too much of a mobile game player until I played Mobile Strike. After I played Mobile Strike, I was kind of hooked on this type of a game. I played that like 10 years ago. don't care about those awards, but the energy to convince the others that they do not matter is too much. Ain't that the truth? They're still absolutely slamming this tower with everything, huh? Oh, here comes another rally. Another Sophie. Who's this one's? Please say this one's like Sophie Bard. If it's Sophie Bard with like that upgraded weapon, then they could probably break this. But as it stands, I don't know. I don't know. That Sophie's not even building rage yet. Oh, it's because the Bard's already hitting. Oh no, that Bard is a counter rally. So what rallies are already hitting? BOM has a counter rally with that Ogala Stella. Can't really tell. It's hard to tell what's actually hitting this. Yeah, so BOM, so that's a counter rally. The XBN, that's a counter rally. Stoa, EFR, that's a counter rally. So this rally's eating triple counter rallies. Why would you... They need to cancel this and reset and line it up. What? Sophie Ethan. Yeah, don't be eating triple counter rallies with a range rally, please. And cancel this rally too, please, and line it up. This is a suicide match. Or a suicide attempt. well, I think, guys, ladies and gentlemen, that I'm going to call it there. I will be back this afternoon or this evening. I just have some things that I need to do today, and it is coming up on noon time, so I need to hurry up and get that done so I can get the little one some lunch and stuff as well. So I appreciate you guys hanging out with me for a few hours this morning, drinking coffee and just kind of hanging out for a bit. I will be back later. Hopefully we do see some more fights and stuff. I will tab around throughout the day and see if I can pick up some more. But I appreciate you guys being here. Appreciate you guys interacting. Don't forget to like the stream if you haven't already. Thanks you guys again for being here and casting votes on our poll. Actually, let me end the poll real quick. We had 121 votes on our poll. 60%, we wrapped it up with 60% still for AR being your favorite event. 35% IR and 5% the new Genesis War. So I appreciate those 121 individuals for voting. On the Twitch side, appreciate you, Yao Son. Thank you, Meatwagon both as well. I will talk to you guys later. Enjoy your afternoon or your morning. Peace.